1.
Arlington has won the Super 8 Massachusetts State Championship.
Good evening and welcome to the Kozlowski Gymnasium on the campus of Arlington High School, where tonight your Arlington Spy Ponders will take on the Winchester Sachems in Battle of Route 3. As you see, the Sachems are getting introduced. It looks like it will be Omar Shaquille. It looks like it will be Philip Shiguri. That's a super freshman. And let's see who else.
And now for your starting lineups. For the Spy Ponders,
Joe McCarron, the senior captain will start as well, Michael Tabilia. And for the Spy Ponders, they will go with another super sophomore, Brendan McNamara, Stephen McGivory, who announced on social media that he will be continuing his football career at Endicott College. Also for the Spy Ponders will be senior captain Nick Corrales. My man Nick Corrales, the Sports A to Z player of the game, as the Spy Ponders defeated Stoneham on Tuesday night. And we will now pause for the playing of your national anthem. Play some hoops here. We're live on a Friday night in Arlington, Massachusetts, as the Spy Ponders, winners of 7 of their last 8, come in with a record of 11-4, 10-3 in the league. The Spy Ponders, coached by John Fleming and Dan Burns, have struggled this year with a 6-10 record, 4-9 in league. And so for the Sachems, it's do or die time, as they will need to win out to qualify for the state tournament that will begin at the beginning of March. So Gascoigne will jump it up with Tavilla, and McCarron will get things going for the Sachems. Spy Ponders will start out in their usual aggressive man-to-man, as you see Seguri, the freshman, getting things going, and stopping and popping is Shaquille, and He can't get it to go. So the Spy Ponders will run their offense as McGivelry, the Endicott College product, turns the ball over after some nifty moves down low. And here's McCarran, who earlier in the year set the school record for points in a game for the Sachems, dumping 39 in. And he lets one fly from way downtown, and it's errant. So the Spy Ponders will try to get things going as newly minted 1,000-point scorer James Gascoigne can't connect from downtown. And both teams are chilly early. Not chilly in this gym, I'll tell you. This has been a hot season in the Taj. And there's Swift stopping and popping. He can't get it to go. And we're scoreless 2 minutes into the game as a beautiful rejection there by Gascoigne as Segura tries to take it to the cup, and they'll look to Gascoigne down the other end. He takes his time. The window, the bank is not open. It is not kind, and here's McCarran. We're still scoreless. 6:20 left in the first quarter as Shaquille, he can't get it to go. A couple of players came up completely empty on shots early. And here is a super sophomore, Brendan McNamara, who can't get it to go. McGivelry, strong rebound. And he'll be rewarded with a pair. So both teams coming out a little bit cold. Feeling each other out. I tell you, this has been a spirited rivalry, especially the last couple years. You know, Winchester split. Winchester won at home and lost on the road to Arlington last year. Both games were very competitive, exciting, and the game at Winchester was nip and tuck till late when the Spy Ponders pulled away. So McGivelry gets 1 out of 2 to go. Under 5 minutes. Here's McCarran as they double team McCarran. There's a scrum for the ball. They're going to call it jump ball, and that'll be Spy Ponder ball in the alternating possession rule. They don't jump it back up after the opening tip. We just alternate back and forth. I find that preposterous and silly, but that's neither here nor there, and a discussion for a different day. As the Spy Ponders get a little flare screen going, and the baby-faced assassin from way downtown, bang! Spy Ponders lead 4-0 as Shaquille is able to navigate that press. And here's Shaquille taking it to the basket. I'm going to call that on the floor. Shaquille saying, no, I was shooting there. But he won't be rewarded with a change of heart from Stripes. And with 5:23, Spy Ponders lead 4-0. So Gus Kraft is into the ball game, the junior forward. Gus Kraft's got a little bit of height to him. And sets a nice little screen there for McCarran, but he can't get it to go. And right now, the Winchester Sachems are having trouble on offense, as that time Gus Kraft turns the ball over, but he's fouled in the process, and it'll be side out, 4-0. Friday night at the Ties. Where would you rather be than right here and right now? Oh, stopping and popping is Tavilia, and the lid comes off finally for the Sachems. 4-3. Thinking about it is Swift, and here's the baby-faced assassin. Oh, that's a push-off. That's exactly what that was. And a little fancy dribble in there by Corrales, who can't get it to the cup, and a beautiful rebound by Gus Kraft. And here comes Winchester probing. And wow, there's Joe McCarran who's able to finish through contact, and Winchester leads 5-4. Here's McGivelry. And Swift will try. He can't get it to go. Another rebound there by Tavilla, the senior captain. And here's Joe McCarron. My producer, Bianca, wants to make sure I know who these players are. Not Bianca, that's my producer is Kevin Wetmore tonight. Here is stopping and popping is Swift. He can't get it to go. Ooh, fancy, nifty dribbling there by the freshman, but then gets a little bit too aggressive. And here comes McNamara. He'll probe. McNamara, a little floater. He can't get it to go. And here comes Seguri. Dribbling to the basket. And finally, Shaquille from way downtown, bang. And Coach John Bowler says, wait a minute, fellas, what's going on here? We can't get the ball to go in the basket. A couple of point blank looks by the super sophomore Brendan McNamara aren't able to go. The Spy Bonders got to be happy with the looks they're getting, but they can't get them to fall. I think that, you know, whenever you see a team that like the Sachems who struggled to score any points in the first 3 minutes of the ball game, kind of gives a team a false can also give a team a false sense of security where you think, oh, this team's not going to score tonight. You know, you're 3 minutes into a long ball game, and they turned it around really quick. Shaquille was able to connect from way downtown. McCarron had a nice finish through contact. Tavilla also hit from downtown. So with 3:05, the Sachems lead 8-4. Spy Ponders are really kind of positioning themselves for state tournament action, as it would appear Belmont has at least secured a tie for the conference title this year, finally wrestling away from the Spy Ponders, who have won this league title, I believe, for the last 5 years. Anyway, here is McNamara stopping, and he was going to pop, but he decided not to, and they're going to finally get it around to Gascoigne, who, yeah, he shuffled the feet a little bit, and that's something that Gascoigne has not done a lot of this year. That was really the part of his game that he cleaned up the most junior to senior year. He got a lot more fundamentally sound and started making the right choice at the right time all the time, and that was really the difference from junior to senior year for Gascoigne, a 4-year varsity player for the Spy Ponders and a 1,000-point scorer who was able to achieve that feat last Friday night in an overtime win at Lexington. So a deflection there by Ian C. and his Grant. 12 on the shot clock for Winchester. Another deflection there by Jelani Joshua, who had an outstanding highlight reel slam Tuesday night that electrified this crowd. Here's McCarron to the basket. He tries to finish through contact, can't get to go, and Corrales to take it the other way. A little high-low action. Spy Ponders very patient today. Their offense has been much more effective, and there's a deflection that time. And here's Joshua working inside, and he might have traveled. They're going to call a jump, and that will be Winchester ball on the alternating possessions, as you see there. Henry Kraft will inbound the ball to McCarron. Here's McCarron probing. And here comes a turnover. He's seeing his Grant. He'll try to fight his way through contact, but he's not going to fight his way through Andrew Murray, the junior. So sophomore on sophomore, well, it was, and here is Joshua, the real man to the basket. Bing, bang, boom, 8-6. Here's McCarron. He'll probe. Here's Kraft, little pump fake there. Good offense here by the Spy Pounders. Nice little pump fake there by Kraft. Can't get it to go. And another chance at the cup as Kraft comes away with it. That's Henry Kraft. And here's McCarron. So a third try at the basket as Kraft will shuffle the feet, and that'll be a turnover. An effective offensive set there for the Spy Ponders as they got 3 looks at the basket and weren't able to come away with anything. So here's McNamara. Oh, that time a big swat there by Deacon. As holy cow, I'll tell you, I haven't seen McNamara get one put back in his kisser like that all season. Wow. Deacon got up, the junior. So McNamara a little more tentative after that. And now trying to finish at the cup is Clifford. And going the other way after another aggressive rebound by Deacon. I'll tell you, this Deacon can play. Here's McCarron. Going to the basket, and finally he's rewarded with contact. That contact has been similar throughout, and finally Joe McCarron's perseverance is paying off as he'll shoot a pair. 16 seconds left in the first. Spy Ponders are down 9-6 as McCarron shows a smooth stroke and is able to get it to go. Kind of a rotating attack here by Coach Fleming, playing lots of players in the first quarter. Everyone's staying fresh. McCarron gets both to go, and he'll get a seat as the senior Jack Lampert will play, and two seconds, one, and at the buzzer, unable to get it to go is the super sophomore McNamara. Stout defense that time by another super sophomore, Henry Kraft, and at the end of one, the Spy Ponders are down 10-6. I'll tell you, it was a spirited first half by both clubs. You know, Winchester really couldn't get anything going to the basket early, but they persevered, played by my count, 12 players in the first half, and they kind of got some momentum on both ends. You know, some electric play by Tommy Deegan. You know, Joe McCarron did what Joe McCarron does, and that's get buckets through contact at the basket. You know, Shaquille was able to, you know, the sophomores, Shaquille Kraft, you know, played well. The junior, Gus Kraft, he played well. I think that the depth of the Stachems really paid dividends there, and you know, Coach Buller's got to try to get something going here on offense. I didn't think the Spy Ponders had ineffective offense, but I just thought they really weren't able to get shots to go that they normally could. So for the Spy Ponders, it's going to be seeing as Grant, it'll be Clifford, it'll be McNamara, Joshua, and Gascoigne. For the Sachems, it's going to be Gus Kraft. It's going to be the freshman Philip Seguri, Shaquille, and Michael Tavilla, the senior captain. So here's the freshman. Going to try to dribble past through pressure. Put the ball behind his back. A no. He will learn that eventually, probably the hard way. The physical play there causes a turnover as the freshman was being asked to perform a Herculean task. And that's dribble drive through full court pressure. Here's McNamara. A little horn set for the Spy Ponders, and it'll go into a flex. Both teams very physical early. Taking it to the basket and not able to go, but an aggressive second effort is seen as Grant. And as I look out there for the Spy Ponders, and yeah, I agree with this substitution here by Coach Bowler. You need a little bit more shooting than that on the floor. But both teams are physical. 10-6, defensive struggle. And we'll see what the Spy Ponders have been real effective out-of-bounds plays all season long. They're looking to get the ball into Gascoigne, who's being guarded by Tavilla. So they're trying to get it inside. Now they're going to call Gus Kraft for a bump there. I don't know. I see that call a lot now. And, it's the aggressive play by Joshua that's really rewarded there. As Gus Kraft will take a seat, and the effective Deegan will come back in who had a sensational block in the first half. There's a pump fake by Swift. And to the basket goes Gascoigne, and they're just the Spy Ponders is pounding it inside. Here's Joshua, can't get it to go with the cup. Second look by Corrales, can't get it to go. And now to the basket through contact. That time is Tavilla. And stopping and popping is Shaquille. And Sachems lead 12-6, 6:20 left in the first half. I tell you, this Sachem team is playing spirited basketball right now, especially in the post. And unable to get it to go is Gascoigne. And right now there's a lid on the basket for the Spy Ponders, just like there was for the Sachems early. Here's McCarron. He'll probe. Here's Shaquille. He's hit a couple. Here's McCarron wide open, way downtown, bang. McCarron's not going to miss that. This is a player that set the school record for points in a game, 39 back in December. So here's Cherry to the basket, can't get it to go. Tavilla cleans up the mess and leading 15-6. Here comes McCarron. .16 on the shot clock. Here's McCarron, going to try to see what he's got. Here's the freshman, Chagrier. Now, McCarron can't get that to go, and coming up on 5 minutes left in the half as Stephen McGivery replaces Joshua. So the Spy Ponders, I think maybe they're going to try to just run regular offense. Look, they were really trying to pound the ball inside, but I'm not really sure they have the advantage that maybe they thought they did. There's a nice little screen there, and wow, there is really a lid on this basket now as Gascoigne can't get a point-blank bunny to go after an effective offensive set. And here comes the super sophomore McNamara back into the game for the Spy Ponders. 5:02 left in the half. Winchester leads 15-6. We are live at the Tazlowski Gymnasium in Arlington, Massachusetts on a Friday night. Where would you rather be than right here, right now? Here's Shaquille. And Shaquille way downtown. Bang. 18-6. Winchester. Back inside to Gascoigne. McCarron deflects it, and it'll go off of Gascoigne. And the bench for Winchester explodes in jubilation. 4:35, 18-6. Here's McCarron. Here's Sevilla. And it's a turnover. Here's McNamara. He can go coast to coast. They cut him off. Here's McNamara. He can't get it to go. Spy Ponders have been stuck at 6 as there's an unforced error as frustration trap there by Arlington pays off. That usually does not pay off. It does that time as Liam Campbell will come into the ball game. I'll tell you, folks. You know what's going on right here is Winchester Sachems are just more aggressive right now than Arlington. They're beating them to the spots and they're fighting through contact, and they're being rewarded with favorable outcomes on both ends of the floor. 4 minutes left in the first half, 18-6. The 6-10 Winchester Sachems lead the 11-4 Arlington Spy Ponders. Here's McCarron.
Plenty of time.
Nice little pass there. Finishing at the cup is Campbell. Holy cow, 20-6. Let's see if Coach Bowler's going to get a timeout to think this over. Wow, a quick shot there by Gascoigne. He can't get anything to go, and the Spy Ponders remain stuck at 6. Here's McCarron, deflected by McGivelry. 3:25 left in the first half. Folks, I can't remember who scored the last bucket for Arlington, but it was a long time ago. Midway or later in the first. Here's Tavia. Keeps his pivot foot, can't get it to go. Battle has come away with Corrales. Spy Ponders are going to try to get off a 6. Here's the baby-faced assassin, and when it rains, it pours. You don't get a break. I could see that being called in the act of shooting. That's what McNamara wanted. He's not rewarded as Shaquille comes back into the game, and Joe McCarron will get a rest. So here's McNamara. He's looking inside. They can't get anything to go. Winchester has just been more aggressive. Period. End of story. The lid stays on.
Watch your back.
20-6. Under 3 minutes left in the half.
Go, Mike. Gotta look to score, Mike.
Nice little pump fake there. There's Q.
Yeah.
Way downtown. Bang, the Q. And John Bowler says, how can I get off a 6 points? 23-6, 2:49. Half. The Spy Ponders just cannot get off a 6 points. The energized and effervescent Sachems have used a deep bench, aggressive play, and physical defense to have success on both ends. I think Tavia and Deegan really set the tone around the basket. It was obvious the Spy Ponders thought they had down low with Joshua and Gascoigne, especially when Gus Kraft and Murray, the junior, were down low, and they just didn't have it. And then the Spy Ponders rotated some more experienced players in, and it's just been a nightmare of a quarter for the down 23-6. They're going to try to get offense going. Somebody's going to have to take control here. And it's going to have to be McNamara. He's got a dribble drive here, folks. Here's a nice jump hook, and finally Gascoigne gets the bank to be open, and the 1,000-point score finally gets the Spy Ponders off a 6. 23-8, 2:10 left in the half, and the Spy Ponders have a pep in their step now. Whoa, lollipop pass that goes. Here's Tavia stopping and popping.
Yeah,
Way downtown, bang for Tavia.
let's go, Liam.
And the Spy Ponders get it to go the other way. A nice little finish at the cup
Nice right play.
from
That's the right
Gascoigne,
play.
from Swift. And both teams are scoring now. Here's Shaquille. He goes to the basket. And they're going to call McNamara in the foul. I'll tell you, the team that's been the most aggressive this half has been rewarded with not only success, but foul calls. And you saw it right there. Shaquille was aggressive and confident going to the basket. You know, I don't know, that's a 50-50 call, but if you're winning races, you're going to get him. There's Shaquille. He's been outstanding and effective. Highly confident player is Shaquille. We saw him earlier in the year. This is a junior varsity player. We saw him play 4 quarters in a junior varsity game. So that kind of gives you, you know, a clue as to, you know, where this Sachem team is. They're neophytes out there. Several of their players. 1 out of 2 for Shaquille. 27-10 coming up on 1:35 left in the first half. Effective and outstanding offense that time, as now Gascoigne is getting heated up. 27-12. And the Spy Ponder, the Sachem, you're going to have to fight through those screens. Simple as that, ball. You can't switch in that screen. Here's Tavia. 14 seconds. Here's McCarron. Goes to the basket. Absolutely knifes through and finishes at the cup. 29-12. And up on 1 minute left in the half. Here's McNamara. He's struggled. Here's Swift. He hasn't been able to score. A nice pass down low. Joshua at the cup. And right now, the Spy Ponders are feeling confident on offense as they are getting balls to go, but they haven't been able to get stops. 29-14. 45 seconds left in the half. Here's the freshman, Seguri. McCarron stopping and popping. Can't get it to go. Deflection. And wow, cleaning up the mess is Tommy Deegan. And he continues his effective and outstanding play in the first half. 31-14. 24 seconds left. Here's Swift, way downtown, bang! And both teams heating up on offense. Shot clock off, clock rolls. 13 seconds left in the half.
10.
Here's Joe McCarron.
Go, Mike.
6 seconds left. Here's the freshman, great pass down low. A dime by Seguri to Tommy Deegan. And at the half, the Sachems go in on a high note, leading 33-17. W-O-W. The tale of 2 halves, 2 quarters, The Spy Ponders came out effervescent and confident early as the Sachems couldn't get anything to go. And then it flipped in the second quarter. The Spy Ponders got just stuck on 6 points. They couldn't get off of it. The Sachems played aggressive and physical offense and defense, and they were rewarded with success on both ends. The Spy Ponders scored 11 points in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but the Sachems matched that with 8 points of their own, culminated by a dime dropped by freshman Philip Seguri to Tommy Deegan, and that's where we are at the half. Your Spy Ponders, the 11-4 Spy Ponders, are down to the 6-10 Winchester Sachems, who need this game to stay alive, keep their tournament hopes alive. 33-17 And we'll be back right after this. Bing, bang, boom.
Home values continue to rise in Arlington. Single-family home assessments are up nearly 14% on average. That means the average homeowner will be shelling out roughly $8,000 on their 2019 real estate tax bill. Add to that the impending debt exclusion for the new high school and the override we're anticipating in the spring, and that's causing quite a lot of angst throughout town. State Senator Cindy Freeman says we currently have a tax system that works against the working family.
We are using property taxes to fund necessary services, and that in and of itself is not a working premise. And that's why we need to really go back and look at how is our tax structure working and what can we do to make it fairer. And one way to make that fair is to increase the taxes on people who have more. And you know, why should you pay more if you have more? Well, we all live together. My security is completely affects your security. You don't live in a vacuum, and we all kind of have to pay our fair share.
Senator Freeman says the so-called Fair Share Amendment, a proposal which would add a surtax of 4% on yearly income exceeding $1 million, could generate as much as $2 billion in extra revenue. You may recall the Fair Share Amendment was struck down by the Supreme Judicial Court last year. A legislative version of the amendment, which meets the constitutional requirements, was introduced last month. This amendment calls for the revenue to be used for the state's transportation and education needs. And Senator Freeman says it will relieve some of the burdens on the property taxpayer. For Arlington Public News, I'm Jeff Barnes.
And welcome back to second half action at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Triple header on a Friday night. In the first game, we saw this Spy Ponders junior varsity roll to a victory over Winchester. This is game 2, and we got a surprise here as the 6-10 Sachems lead the 11-4 Spy Ponders 33-17. My name is Scott Swick. I'm solo for games 1 and 2. We are live on a Friday night. I am joined by my director, Stas Madrinsky. Audio is Jeff Monroe. This game is being brought to you on the camera by George Ackerley and Paul Carrios Primes. If I said that correctly or incorrectly, I apologize. And produced by my man, Alex Van Thong and the Stas, Super Stas, as we are happy to bring to you live basketball on a Friday night. And so it's going to be an interesting second half. This Spy Ponder team, you know, they've won 52 straight regular season home games. They don't lose here. They don't lose here on Friday nights. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how Winchester deals with the inevitable surge that's coming. And it is coming. You know, if you thought, and I did think, that Winchester was physical in the first half, effective and strong with their bodies, you know, if they thought that was something in the first half, the Spy Ponders are being challenged by Woods and Bowler to match and better that effort. I expect a physical, aggressive second half. I expect deflections and steals for the Spy Ponders. And this game could get a little chippy, folks. I mean, if I know, you know, if I have a sense of the flavor of these two towns, where they are, they're gonna be physical and aggressive. So here is the super freshman Seguri, and he gets the offense going to McCarran. Now stopping and popping from way downtown is Davila. And the Sachems open up their largest lead, 36-17. Holy cow. Physical and fighting through is Gascoigne. He's been the only offense for the Spy Ponders since the first quarter. Gus Kraft turns the ball over. A nice pass up to the babyface assassin. And McNamara finishes at the cup, 36-21. The senior McCarran will get the offense going. And here's that aggressive finishing at the cup is Seguri, the freshman. Finishes, follows up his miss. 38-21 as Cherry Jr. will come into the game to replace the senior captain Sam Swift. So the Spy Ponders will look to get a little quicker. Here's McNamara. He's quick. Can't get it to go. Following at the basket is McGivelry. 38-23. 6:26. Here's Gus Kraft at the basket. Gus Kraft finishes through contact. 40-23. Inside they go. Here's Gascoigne. Pump fakes. Little two-man game. Little three-man game. Way downtown. Bang is Gascoigne. And back and forth we go. 40-26. Here's the freshman picking up his dribble where he shouldn't. Bailing him out is McCarran, who finishes a little dipsy-do at the basket. 42-26. Back and forth we go. Sizzling action at the Taz on a Friday night. Wow. The Spy Ponders came out with aggression and confidence like I thought they would, but baskets by Gus Kraft, Joe McCarron, and Philip Seguri. Even Michael Tavilla got in the act. And really, the Spy Ponders have picked up right where they left off. Here's Gascoigne getting blocked at the rim by Tavilla. They're going to call that on the floor. Okay. So right now, I'll tell you something. Gascoigne is feeling his oats right now. Gascoigne, the senior four-year player, is saying, all right, 42-26, I got this. I know what's going on out there. And a player who may not have that kind of confidence is McNamara, who misses. Here's Shaquille, who is dynamic and sensational in the first half. The Sachems will now, oh, nice little crossover by McCarron. He'll try to finish at the rim, and does! McCarron, and there's a steal! Shaquille to the basket, can't get it to go, and what are they gonna call? Wow, oh, they're gonna call, holy cow, they're gonna call McNamara. That's a bailout, I'll tell you. A phenomenal steal there by Seguri. A bullet pass to Shaquille, who really was overmatched at the basket, but got bailed out. That's what 11 points in the first half will do for you. And Shaquille, ball don't lie there. I'll tell you, that wasn't a foul, folks. And Shaquille isn't able to get it to go, as Henry Kraft that now will replace Joe McCarron. So I'll tell you something, folks. You know, this John Fleming has gone deep into his bench. He's not afraid to bring in sophomores, juniors, as Shaquille, another super sophomore, gets it to go. 45-26. To the basket, and finishing at the cup through contact is Endicott College bound Stephen McGivory. Outstanding move by McGivory, going to the basket with his left hand. And that time, Deegan a little too physical. And here comes Shaquille the other way, 45-28, coming up on 5 minutes. And Shaquille looking for Kraft, can't get it to go. And back we come the other way. Under 5 minutes. Spy Ponders down 17. They're going to call a foul there. That is going to be on Shaquille. So Shaquille will take a seat with 2 fouls. And here is senior captain Nick Corrales. He wants to get Gascoigne the ball. Gascoigne back to Corrales. Here's McGivory. Everybody's touching the ball now. And so the Spy Ponders are running effective offense. They're being patient. That time they're rewarded with a foul and a reset shot clock. So oh, great play. There is finishing at the basket is Gascoigne. And Gascoigne's been outstanding. And oh, wow, and they're going to call an offensive foul that time on Andrew Murray. And they need to get Joe McCarron back into this ball game. And here he comes. No, they're going to put the super freshman Seguri back in. Holy cow. Look at that.
Same thing every time.
The confidence Coach Fleming is showing in the freshman. So we have a freshman, 31 Kraft, a super sophomore in there. And McCarron is in the ball game, excuse me, folks. So I'm looking a little silly and foolish right now. I'm telling Fleming to get McCarron back in the ball game, but he's already in the game. Wow, I'm a dope. That's why I'm up here, and the professionals are down on the court. So what do we got here? So Henry Kraft is hounding the out-of-bounds player, and that task will go now to Deegan. No, Tavia would do that. So here's Cherry. And now Corrales will probe. Aggressive defense by the Sachems. To the basket, unable to go, but following the miss is Gascoigne, and Gascoigne's been super sensational. Here's Kraft. Kraft finds Tavia. I'll tell you, this team is quick. The Sachem team is quick. They look up. This Tavia is tough. Senior captain. I like this Tavia. So he's rewarded with 2, a little short. And this is where this gets a little bit tight right now. As my man, the Q, another freshman, Quentin Pierre, the Q. So we got two freshmen on the court for the Sachems, along with the super sophomore Kraft, who's doing a nice job on McNamara, and here we go. Here's McCarron. McCarron up, finishing at the basket. Kraft! Bing, bang, boom! The Sachems lead 48-32. An outstanding finish at the basket. Here's Gascoigne. Is seen as Grant.
3 seconds!
Here's McNamara, hesitates. Blocked by Kraft! Here, and what do we have there? So Kraft gets his hand on a deflection and then gets fouled, and we're coming back the other way. 48-32. Winchester, 3:07 left in the third. Kraft doing it. Henry Kraft, the super sophomore, doing it on both ends, finishing at the cup and then denying McGivery at the basket on the other end. So Kraft will take it out of bounds. Full court pressure. Here's the trap. And they get a deflection. Here come the Spy Ponders. At the cup, no! And here comes the freshman, Shigiri. Little hesitation step, dribbles the ball behind his back. Here's McCarron from way downtown. And back the other way comes Corrales. No, that was Grant, seen as Grant, no. Here's the baby-faced assassin. Bang, bang, boom! Here come the Spy Ponders. Here's the Q at the basket. Yes! Both ends as the Q flexes his muscles. And back and forth we go. Oh, youngsters contributing right now on both ends. The super sophomore, Brendan McNamara, doing it on one end. The Q on the other. Super sophomore Kraft on both ends. And he and Kraft go to the bench, replaced by another super sophomore in Shaquille. 51-35, 2:22 left in the third.
In his face, Liam.
Here's Gascoigne. He's been sensational after the first quarter. Here's Brendan McNamara. He can't heat up. Big rebound by the Q.
That's the way, Q.
So we have two freshmen, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior out there for. So what do we have? So the very aggressive play that time by Will Clifford, as Joe McCarron will come back into the game, replacing the Q. So the Q gives quality minutes. And the Sachem are being paid phenomenal dividends for their deep bench. Here's McCarron after it gets a little bit of rest and picks up right where he's off. A nifty kiss off the glass. And the lead is 18. 1:33 left in the third. Bodies hit the ground. And who is being called for the foul out of the melee? It would appear that the freshman, they're going to get the freshman Siguri with the foul, and shooting 1 and 1 will be Corrales. So if the Spy Ponders are going to get back into this ball game, they're going to have to make shots, hit free throws, and create steals. And that can't happen. That just can't happen if they're going to come back in this ball game. Here's McCarron, he'll pro. The Q back in the game. Here's the Q. The Q let it go. It doesn't go. And here comes Corrales. Here's McNamara. He's been cold all game.
Holding.
Corrales, no. A third try. Here's Swift. Pump fakes. No. A fourth try.
3 seconds, sir.
And McNamara, the super sophomore, will reset with 50 seconds left in the third. A little flex cut.
Moving.
Dagger 3. And Nick Corrales! Bang, bang, boom! Here come the Spy Ponders. 53-38. 30 seconds left in the third. Here's McCarron, big crossover. To the basket, deflected by Corrales, but picked up by Shaquille, who is fouled that time by Will Clifford. Side out for the Spy Ponders. Shot clock off, 21 seconds left in the third. Here's Tavia. Here's McCarron. He's been outstanding tonight. From way downtown, Tavia can't get it to go. And 6 seconds left in the half for McNamara. To the basket. Finishes through contact. McNamara cuts the lead to 13 as the Spy Ponders close the quarter strong. At the end of third, the score here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium, the Winchester Sachems 53, the Spy Ponders 40. Folks, at ACMi, we try to film as many AHS sports teams and games as possible. However, as a volunteer organization, we can't do it without the help of members from our community. Whether you want to be a commentator, a camera operator, or choose from a number of other positions, we want your help. Let us know if you might be interested in joining the team. Come on down, do a broadcast, say hi, call ACMi, stop in the ACMi. Any way you want, we are a welcoming team that want more members. We have a blast down here doing these broadcasts. As tonight I'm joined on the camera by George Ackerley and Paul Caros.
Just keep playing
directed
D.
by Super
rebounding.
Staz.
Go, Gus.
Audio Jeff Monroe, produced by my man Alex Van Thong and Super Staz back in the studio. State-of-the-art equipment here, bringing you live action on a Friday night. So the Spy Ponders get a pep in their step, down 13 as we go to the final stanza. Here's McNamara, feeling it. Can't get it to go. And finally, pulled away with it is Shaquille. Spy Ponders have been effective on the offensive glass. Here's McCarron, penetrating. Stopping and popping, can't get it to go. And right now, Sachems finally are tightening up a little bit. This is going to get real close, real quick, folks. Oh, they are going to call Joshua for being a little too aggressive there on Joe McCarron.
Good shot.
And
go to the hoop. Make him play.
I don't really see exactly what happened there. I think it might have been a little bit of a flop, but you know, right when you extend that arm like that, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get a call against you. And you know, I've said it the whole game. I've always said this about basketball: the team that's the aggressor and the one that is playing with confidence and physicality is usually the one that gets the most calls, as we see Gascoigne, who's been simply sensational tonight. Really the only bright spot in offense for the Spy Ponders. Everyone else has struggled to put the ball in the hole. So 7 minutes left in the contest. Here is the freshman, Seguri. This was Gus Kraft, the junior. Here's the freshman. He's gonna probe. 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Here's Shaquille, stopping and popping, new. But a big rebound by Joe McCarron, and the Sachems will get precious another possession as Philip Cherry Jr. will come in and Will Clifford will take a seat. So here is Corrales playing McCarron, who knifes his way in, finishes at the basket. 15-point lead for the Sachems. Here's McNamara. He struggled to score. There's a deflection, and here Joe McCarron will come
Time's
up
out,
with
friend,
it.
Joe. Time's out,
And
friend.
folks, I thought this was going to get close real quick, but I'll tell you, this Sachem team looks determined. And they're going to get a foul away from the ball, and Philip Cherry Jr., and I believe that'll send Joe McCarron to the line for a 1-and-1 as Henry Kraft comes into the ball game. So both Henry and Gus Kraft will join Michael Tavia, Joe McCarron, and another super sophomore in excuse me, that was McCarron who missed the 1-and-1. Here is Cherry, 6'10", to the basket. Deflected that time by McCarron. Here's Shaquille defending. Big rebound that time by Henry Kraft, and McCarron will start the offense up 15. 5:47 left in the contest. There's a turnover. Here's Swift. Good pass off, and deflection at the basket again by Henry Kraft. Kraft has been
Nice play, Henry.
a hound on the defensive end for the Sachems. Both Kraft, Henry, and Gus are into the ball game for the Sachems. As getting a timeout is Coach John Fleming for Winchester as we reset you here. 5:40 left in the contest, 15-point lead for the Sachems. You know, every time the Spy Ponders get a little bit of momentum and are able to come back in this ball game, or it looks like they're going to make a comeback, somebody makes a key play, whether it's a knifing drive by McCarron. You know, we saw the 3 deflections in the second half by Henry Kraft, whether it's Kraft on a deflection, Tavia grabbing a rebound, whether it's, you know, Shaquille able to hold on to a ball and fight through contact. That's why this is remaining a favorable 15-point score for the Sachems. They just haven't given in. So Cherry will inbound it. They're going to look for Gascoigne here, and they don't. But they find a wide open McNamara can't get anything to go tonight, folks. Here's the senior captain, Nick Corrales, cuts it to 13 with 5:30. And Joe McCarron will start the offense. McCarron has driven to the basket at will, knifes through and finishes on the left side with a right-handed layup. Joe McCarron has been outstanding on offense. Here's Cherry. He dribbles against Gus Kraft. Here's Corrales. He turns it over. Henry Kraft gets his hand on it again. Spy Ponders turn the ball over again, and it's Kraft, Johnny on the spot on the defensive end. He's been a menace.
Let's be smart.
We're under 5 minutes, 57-42. McCarron, who's been sensational, dribble driving to the basket. Here he goes again. This time he looks out for Gus Kraft. Kraft to his brother. Round the horn they go. Here's McCarron way downtown. No, big, strong rebound by McGivory, and here comes the baby-faced assassin. Nice little nifty pass in there to McGivory. Looks like Gus Kraft got a hand in there, and McGivory will shoot a pair with the shot with the clock stopped. 4:31, 15-point lead for the Sachems. You know, in the second half, it's really been a tale of kind of, two players I look out there. I see Joe McCarron on offense, and I see Henry Kraft on defense. Kraft with 4 deflections in the second half really set the tone and allowed the Spy Ponders to not get shots at the basket.
Go rebound.
And McGivory hits 1 out of 2. 57-43, 4:37. Here's the trap. Here's the freshman. He does not get deflected from behind. That's something the Spy Ponders do very well. That deflection comes from behind and it comes up high. And he's going to be rewarded with a 1-and-1. So it's going to come down to free throws, folks. As simple as that. In a game like this that's been this physical, with 4:26 left, both teams in the bonus. If you can hit your free throws for Winchester, you're going to be looking good. If you can't, you're going to let Arlington right back in the ball game. 58-43. I'd have to take my shoes and socks off to figure out what that deficit is, but it's a lot. The freshman, cool and calm under pressure, and Philip Shiguri hits a pair to give a 59-43 lead. And here's Gascoigne. He has been quiet after a sizzling third quarter. And here's the freshman. He's been sensational handling the ball. Here's McCarron. Oh, a big deflection and a steal by Corrales. And serendipity for the Sachems as Corrales just, his momentum carried him out of bounds instead of towards the basket. And an effective steal is all for naught. And I think McCarron's going to have to go the rest of the way, and that's why they're having Shiguri handle the basketball, freshman handling the ball to try to close out a Middlesex League game against the most prolific team in the league the last decade. Oh, nice little pivot move, and they're going to call that a travel. I'm not so sure it was. At any rate, Deegan turns the ball over, and here comes McNamara. Guarded by Shiguri, the freshman. Here's McNamara to the basket, finishes through contact. And a positive timeout by Coach Bowler as the Spy Ponders cut it to 14 with 3:30 left. And folks, I can tell you this next 3:30 is going to feel like a lifetime for Coach John Fleming and his assistant coaches Dan Burns and Jerry Chapman, because the clock's going to stop often. Every time there's a foul, the clock's going to stop. This isn't going to move, and if they're telling their players to take clock, it's going to be it's going to be you're going to make a difficult task, a Herculean one, because if you're not attacking this basket with 3:30 left, I mean, you've scored 60 points with 3:30 left in the game. You haven't had trouble scoring, so you need to keep attacking. If you're the Spy Ponders, you want Winchester kind of trying to take clock, because you get a couple of deflections. You know, this is a 14-point lead right now, but you get this under 10. I mean, it's important to consider that even though it's 14, it's seven baskets. That's the difference. 7 baskets and 3:30 is nothing. So they get it to Shaquille. There's the deflection of steal. Goes around to the Corrales. Moves up and scores. 12-point lead. Clock rolls, coming up on 3:20. Here's McCarron getting trapped. No, it's the freshman. Now it's McCarron. And there was a travel they missed, but here's the freshman who should be taken to the basket. And now it's a deflection. And Shaquille brings it out. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Shaqiri. He'll probe. 6 seconds to the basket. And here we go the other way. Here's McNamara. They cut it to 10. No, big block! Shaquille gets his hand in there. And what are they going to call here? What are they going to call here? I think they're going to call a timeout. A magnificent effort play there by Gus Kraft to save a possession on a magnificent block at the basket by Omar Shaquille, the super sophomore. So the sophomores are doing it on the defensive end. We saw Shaquille there. We saw Gus Kraft fall down and call with a nice hustle play. We saw Henry Kraft deflect 4 balls in the second half. And then it's McCarron, the seniors, on the other end with Tavia helping out and Tommy Deegan, the junior. And that was a big possession there as the Spy Ponders hold on to a 12-point lead with 2:47 left in the contest. So it's going to be Gus Kraft, it's going to be Tavia, Joe McCarron, and Philip Shiguri, the super freshman for the Spy Ponders. It's McNamara, Corrales, that is McGivory, and Gascoigne. So dribble behind his back. The freshman is not going to be able to do that much longer, folks. And here's Shaquille, strong with the basketball. They're going to take clock. They think 59 is enough. I don't think it is, folks. I don't think it is, as the baby-faced assassin finishes at the cup. Bing, bang, boom! The Spy Ponders cut it to 10 and can dip it under 10 now as 2:29 left on the clock. That at 59 is not enough for Winchester. They need more points on the scoreboard. They cannot be taking clock. Here is Shaquille. Oh boy, oh boy. And a huge turnover. The Spy Ponders get the ball. Down 9 with 2:25 left in the contest. Henry Kraft comes back in to guard McNamara. 2 super sophomores going at it here. Here's McGivory, 9-point game. They're looking for Gascoigne. Stopping and popping and hitting is McNamara. 7-point game. Here's McCarron to the basket. Oh, wow. So McCarron earns those 2 free throws with his nifty, sensational dribble drives to the basket earlier in the game. McNamara heating up now. Is able to hit a shot with a hand in his face to cut it to 7. 2 minutes left exactly in the contest. McCarron, Joe McCarron, smooth stroke. As into the game comes Tommy Deegan. And McCarron, 9-point game. Here's McNamara. Swift probes. Here's Corrales, dribble drives. Faces up, no. Big rebound, McGivery. And he can't get it to go. Wow. So big offensive rebound there by McGivery as dribble drive was prevented that time by Siguri. McGivery cleaned up the mess, and he's pure in the first shot. As
A lot of points, so all we need is baskets.
seeing as Grant replaces Swift. Here's McGivery, gets both, 7-point game, 1:44 left. Kraft inbounded. To the freshman, back to Kraft. Oh, they are gonna call Corrales with a reach on Kraft. Questionable call, 142. Spy Ponders down 7. Kraft will shoot 2 shots here. Henry Kraft
Go, Henry.
at the line, 142. Unable to get the first one, so 6-point game, 142 left in the contest. Kraft can't get both to go. Here comes McGivery. Here's McNamara on Kraft. Nothing to go. Here's Gascoigne. He's been a monster in the second half, especially in the third quarter. Quiet of late. Turns, goes, gets it to go. 4-point game, 5-point game. Timeout. Spy Ponders. 1:21 left. So reset the ball game. The Sachems have led by as many as 18, and we're up by 11 with a little over 2 to go. The Sachems have not scored a basket in the last 3 minutes. All their points have come from the free throw line. McCarron hit a pair, and that's been it. So let's see what Coach Fleming has to offer up for the trap. McNamara's heated up. Gascoigne has been able to connect. McGivery hit 2 key free throws. Corrales has been all over the place. So for Winchester now, it's Shaquille, Tavia, Joe McCarron, the super freshman Shiguri. And here's McCarron. Here's Shaquille. And they're going to call. What are they going to call here? Oh, they call timeout. They call a timeout. Okay. So a wise timeout by Fleming. Wow. So where would you rather be, folks, than right here and right now, live on a Friday night? 61-56, as you see Coach Bowler, who's had his team brimming with confidence late in this contest. You know, so that's going to be a reset 10 seconds. So they have they have a brand new 10 seconds to get the ball over half court. When they do, with 1:12 left, the Spy Ponders are not going to foul. So the Sachems are going to be tasked to run effective offense, something they've struggled to do only in the last 3 minutes. The rest of the contest, they were outstanding and effective. Joe McCarron has been able to dribble drive to the basket. So no changes for both teams as the Spy Ponders come out with Gascoigne, McGivery, Corrales, and Sienna's Grant. Here's McCarron. Ooh, wow, they are calling some tic-tac fouls there. And that time it's Corrales. Holy cow. And that's going to be 2 shots for McCarran, the senior captain, who set a school record for points in a contest in December with 39 against Marlboro. Will go to the line to shoot 2. Winchester's up 5. No, McCarran cannot get it to go. As, let's see, Swift will replace Cianez Grant, and Henry Kraft replaces Shaquille. He gets a second to go. 6-point game. Here's McNamara. Dribble drives, penetrates, can't do it. Here's Swift. Back to McNamara. McNamara, way downtown, can't get it to go. Rebound by Corrales. Here's McNamara to the basket. He gets it to go. 45 seconds left. Timeout. Spy Ponders. So the perseverance is the name of the game for the Spy Ponders, as McNamara kind of did what he could to get Kraft off of him. Once he saw that, he took 2 giant steps to the basket and dipsy-dooed it over the front of the rim to cut the lead to 4 points, 45 seconds left. And so now it's a chess match, right, folks? So, you see for the Sachems, Shaquille coming in on offense for Henry Kraft, and for the Spy Ponders, you have Cianez Grant replacing on defense, replacing Swift. So, a chess match here for Winchester is going to be as simple as this. Can they be strong with the basketball here and fight through contact? Because any deflection and steal, this game cuts. The Spy Ponders can cut this to 2 without the Sachems getting a shot at the basket. I don't like their chances. There it is. Whoa. And here's Shaquille. And Shaquille's in trouble. And here comes the freshman. And a nice pass. Finishing at the basket is Tavilla. And here comes McNamara to the basket. Stopping and popping. No. Big rebound by Tavilla. And Tavilla does it on both ends.
Need them both.
The senior captain with a big finish at the 10. And a big rebound on the other end, as the Sachems lead by 6 with 24 seconds left in the contest. 2 shots for Tavilla, both teams in the double bonus. The senior captain cannot get it to go. It's a 6-point game. Kraft back into the ball game, replacing Shaquille. And Tavilla gets a second one to go. 7-point game. Here's McNamara on Kraft. He struggled to score on Kraft. And it's out of bounds. 16.9 seconds left.
No fouls, Black. Smart, talk.
Spy Ponders need a 3 here, folks. They're going to need a 3, folks. They're going to let it go, Swift. No, rebound, loose. The freshman tips it. What do we got? Stay Spy Ponder ball. 8.9 seconds left. 65-58. The Spy Ponders 52-game home winning streak in the league is in jeopardy. Here's Gascoigne. He pump fakes once. No, it's tipped. Ball's loose. Kraft has it. Kraft is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 3.4 seconds left. And Winchester is going to win this game and improve to 7-10. An outstanding game effort by the Sachems. They've gotten the plays when they needed them. Gutsy efforts on both ends by some young players, Shaquille, Henry Kraft, Philip Seguri, the Q. So 2 shots for Kraft. So Kraft has struggled down the stretch, but he hasn't struggled on defense. I'll tell you that, folks. He's been able to keep McNamara in front. That's a violation there by McNamara, and yes, so Kraft will get another one if he can't make this one. But he does. So that'll pretty much salt it away, folks. That's it. 5-ponder ball. He went in. Here we go. So 3 seconds left. 2. They'll just dribble it out. McNamara shoots at the buzzer. No. And that's the end of the ball game. The Spy Ponders home league winning streak comes to an end as the Winchester Sachems move on to a 66-58 win. It was a physical game, especially in the second half by both clubs, but the difference in the game was the second quarter where the Sachems were able to dial up the energy and intensity on the defensive end and were able to hold the Spy Ponders scoreless until, and held it 6 points in the contest until late in the second quarter. The Spy Ponders did go on, were able to score 11 points in the last 2 minutes, but the Sachems answered with 8 of their own. So that was really the difference in the ball game. That when the Spy Ponders, when Arlington was able to really make a big move offensively, it was at the time when they were matching buckets with Winchester, and that was really the difference in the swing of the game. In the second half, as I said, it was really the tale of the young players on the defensive end, especially, you know, Henry Kraft and you know, the Q, Quentin Pinar, and certainly Philip Seguri. And then on the offensive end, it was Joe McCarron, and kind of, you know, it was, you know, more the senior Joe McCarron. We saw Gus Kraft finish at the basket. We saw Tavia continue with his hot play, you know, Deegan off the boards. So, you know, for the Spy Ponders, it was Gascoigne who was really their only offense for an extended period of time. He was super sensational. Then finally we saw McNamara kind of get into the act. Corrales helped out a little bit, but they didn't really get much help at all on the offensive end. That was kind of the difference in the scoring for the two teams. It was a balanced attack. The Sachems went easily 12, maybe 13 men deep. Spy Ponders weren't able to really call on that kind of depth, and you know, that's what you have. So our final score here was Spy Ponders 66, the Winchester Sachems 56. So our Sports AZ players of the game for the Spy Ponders, it was most certainly James Gascoigne. He was sensational and determined. And for the Sachems, it was Joe McCarron, who really dialed it up on the offensive end and was the difference for the Sachems. The Bing Bang Boom Award, you know, when a team breaks another team's 50-plus home winning streak, league winning streak, regular season winning streak, it's got to be someone from Winchester, and I'm going to give it to the young trifecta of Philip Seguri, Omar Shaquille, and Henry Kraft. I thought the three of them, you know, really turned the tide effort and energy-wise, and I thought that was the difference in the second half. So that's our final score here, as we will now pause a little bit as the third game of our triple header comes in, as the girls and the boys will face off, and we'll be back right after this.
This is what a new Arlington High School would look like, and this is what it would cost. $291.4 million, down from the original estimate of $308 million. The High School Building Committee asking the architect to find additional savings after the estimate was knocked down to $299 million by moving the town's IT, facilities, and comptroller to other buildings. Town manager and committee member Adam Chapdelaine saying it was important to cut where they could and not affect education.
So I think this process has been somewhat exhaustive, and we've gone through a lot of iterations and a lot of meetings. But what we're hoping to achieve by the end is a building that's going to perform like we want it to perform and at the right cost for the taxpayers. Once the architects took a sharper look at it, or the OPM took a sharper look at it, they were common sense, they were easy decisions to make because the function was achieved at a lower cost.
One of the things that's long been desired is a connection here from the Minuteman Bikeway to the high school. It's still in the building project, but they saved about $1 million by changing it from a raised structure to a paved dirt one. That savings and then some put right back into the budget, though, to make the proposed baseball and revamped softball combination sports practice fields out of more durable turf, and a last-minute proposal to put lights in to the tune of $1.5 million. The debate surrounding on the ability to make money from rentals and if it's something that should be added in later on.
A very good chunk of the need for the use is more for the town as opposed to the high school project, and that's why I'm separating it out and voting no.
With lights ultimately approved, committee members did some further whittling down by switching out materials in some places, such as copper for less expensive brick veneer. Moving the shared school and town payroll department was taken off the table, but the space reduced. The $2 million question then? What to do with those current front of the building columns proposed for a courtyard? The answer, spend significantly less with a possible recreated image of them etched in glass instead.
So we are choosing to remove the money for reuse and restoration of the column house front, right? And add in $200,000 for commemoration of column house or other historical or artistic use.
There it is.
Savings also coming from cutting historic reuse. Instead of getting the clock inside the tower to work again, simply bringing it safely down for possible future display. But a push to keep an estimated $34,000 in to try to save the interior woodworking from the 1914 Fusco House building stage area succeeded. Principal Matthew Janker's biggest concern, though, that some things like the shape of the library can still change if desired.
Where I'm concerned that we're also hearing, we can't redesign this either because we've made a commitment or it's going to cost more. Does that make sense?
Well, what I heard was we can't put the gym where the theater is. That's the level where we're at.
Yeah.
We're not where we can't make the library a square as opposed to a rectangle. I never got that message from our meetings here.
But I don't know whether some of these questions I'm asking change costs.
Architects later assuring that things like that wouldn't change costs, and MSBA rules say you can't go over the budget once it's set. But there's no saying it can't go under, which member Frank Callahan urged the board to do.
I said, oh God, they're going to say, oh, put lights in, they're going to put a pool in next, and a hockey rink and a dome over the whole thing. We can laugh, but that's what people think about bodies like this. They think about public construction. They're spending our money and they really don't care. So I think that's important that we convey that to the voters and the people that put us here.
The decision on building the new high school now lying with the state and ultimately town voters. Brenda Mahoney, Arlington Public News.
Catherine and breast cancer awareness. I'm going to now ask her sister Becca to come up and share a few words.
Hi. Sorry, my mom really wanted to be here, but she's sick, so she sent us instead. That's my sister Mary and my niece Chloe. Our sister Catherine was a 3-sport varsity athlete, earning 12 varsity letters in her high school career. She was the captain of her soccer, ice hockey, and softball teams her senior year. She continued competing at the varsity level when she attended the University of Massachusetts in Boston. She again earned 12 varsity letters and was chosen 6 times for all conference honors while there. In 2013, she was inducted into the UMass Boston Athletic Hall of Fame. There she earned a degree in criminal justice. She was a fierce competitor in the sport she played and in battling cancer. At 23, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, endured 2 surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation. She did this with strength, hope, and humor. She was in remission until 2013 when the cancer returned. She again went through surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. A year later, the cancer had metastasized. Once again, she approached treatment with hope. Unfortunately, in September of 2015, at the age of 29, Catherine lost her battle with the awful disease, fighting until the end. In her short 29 years, she made an impact on many lives. She was an inspiration to young and old. Our biggest hope is that she will never be forgotten. A special thanks to everyone here at AHS Basketball, and also thank you to the parents of the girls' basketball team, and especially to the players. Thank you.
Thank you, Becca, and thank you to the Wall family. Just a reminder, folks, please remember to purchase raffle tickets tonight for a wonderful basket worth $300, as all proceeds tonight will go to the Friends of Catherine Wall Scholarship Funds. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Kozlowski Gymnasium on the campus of Arlington High School for tonight's Middlesex League contest between your Arlington Spy Ponders and Winchester Sachems. As you just saw, a wonderful pregame ceremony there honoring Catherine Wall, who lost her life to cancer. This is a Wipeout Cancer Night. I'm Scott Zwick along here with my partner, Richard Damas. And Rich, you know, a phenomenal pregame ceremony.
Definitely, you know, I think it's always great, you know, when you can honor those, you know, who are fighting, battling with cancer, because it's tough on the family, it's tough on friends, it's tough on everybody around. So, you know, always nice to pay tribute to those, you know, who matter to everybody, you know.
Absolutely, and you know it's the good of sports when you see people coming together to support each other and the community, and you know it warms the heart that people are coming together for such a wonderful cause. So you know there is action tonight, obviously. For Winchester, they're going to start junior Regan Pagan, super sophomore Colleen Gogolin, senior Taylor Kenrich, and senior Grace Casey for the Spy Ponders. They will counter with Farina, Annie Harris, Michelle Mahoney, and Ava Connolly, as we take a moment to honor America. And let's get ready to play some hoops. You know, Rich, these are kind of a tale of two teams kind of heading in opposite directions, as we know. The Spy Ponders are 8-7, 7-6 in the league, and Winchester, they've struggled. They're 1-15, 0-13 in the league, but you know, for contests like this, you know, it's about improvement and you know, always moving in the right direction.
Exactly. You know, it's a process. Even though Winchester might not be having the season they probably would have hoped for, every game, every practice is another day to get better, to improve, to learn more about yourself, your teammates, and, you know, a chance to play in front of friends and family, you know, just playing for the pride and the love of the game. It all matters.
It all matters, absolutely. And so there's the tip, and right off the tip we have Casey, and now stopping and popping and not able to get it to go is Gogan, and Spy Ponders will take it the other way.
Yeah, I think the key for the Spy Ponders is to, you know, they like playing that half-court defense, you know, make their presence known on defense early, and, you know, slow the game down, try to get a couple easy baskets and get yourself in a rhythm. And there we go. That's
Annie Harris.
The first points of the game. Nice jump shot.
Stopping and popping. So Spy Ponders lead 2-0 as Winchester gets set with a little full court press, and now they'll get dug in their half court defense. Somebody isn't guarding somebody, and that is
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice setup, just a little off from the basket, but I like the pass. I like she was wide open. You know, Winchester, they're playing with pride. They're playing with spirit.
So a little 1-2-2 action for Winchester. Stopping and popping is Farina. She can't get it to go, and it'll be side out for the Spy Ponders, and they'll look to get an effective out-of-bounds play as Coach Joanna Fisher for the Sachems goes man-to-man. Spy Ponders have been effective when they move the ball side to side, not so much when the ball sticks. Stopping and popping is Claire Ewan, and back the other way come the Sachems.
There you go. Both teams are not really allowing each other to get second chance points so far, so, you know, rebounds.
Well, backdoor cut won't go, and
nice
Claire Ewan deflects the ball, and back comes the Spy Ponders. Stopping and popping from way downtown is Diana Wicks. Bing, bang, boom.
What a great pass. I'm telling you, they're moving the ball well. They're getting themselves good opportunities, good looks at the basket, especially from beyond the arc. Great shot.
So Winchester navigates that press very effectively. That's a press down the trap over half court as Farina goes for a deflection but can't get it, and they'll dig in on defense. Yes, a little runner there by McGurl. Bing, bang, boom.
There you go. Nice, aggressive drive to the basket for those first 2 points for Winchester.
Claire Ewan not able to connect, and a nice little stop, a little pump fake, dribble drive to the basket, tied up there, and the Spy Ponders will, I'm getting that wrong all night long, or marble mouth in the Sachem and the Spy Ponders. So out of bounds play here. Here's Harris, and a little flare screen. They've run this effectively all year. Stopping and popping, and wow, holy cow. Ava Connolly very fortunate there. I thought that was all ball, Rich. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought that was all ball. Colleen timed it perfectly. Just, you could hear the smack. When you hear the smack, you know it's all ball.
No doubt. So, wow. And there you go. So they're not going to shoot it, even though she was literally a foot in the air. And nice pass there, and a nice, effective out-of-bounds play as Claire Ewan stopping and popping and finishing through contact.
Connolly with just great vision so far in the game. You know, she doesn't always get in the stats. She says that second pass right before the basket, she's getting it to the right person to make the play.
And Winchester is able to, again, effectively execute that half-court trap, but they're not able to finish at the cup as stopping and popping is Harris. It's a deflection, and here comes Winchester. It is.
Looks like both teams were confused for a second whether that ball was out of bounds or not.
Absolutely. Casey will get a second try. No. Rebound. Everybody hustling. Harris comes away with it. Frenetic action here at the Taz.
I thought Harris was going to try to chuck that one deep to Claire, but, you know, that's probably a good decision. As, you know, Taylor Kendall was pretty much right there, ready to intercept it.
This is Farina, can't get it to go. Ball's loose, and here is Harris. No, lid on the basket for both teams as Harris will reach in, and the frenetic action has kind of put a lid on the basket for both teams.
Yeah, both teams, you know, they're fighting for those boards right now. They've been able to get some second chance points in each other, so I think rebounds are definitely going to be, rebounds have definitely been an early part of this game. So second chance points.
Michelle Mahoney and Kaylee Lyons will enter the ball game as Winchester again tries to execute this press. They won't trap till over half court.
Yeah, Arlington, they're not giving them anything, and they'll get that turnover right there. Harris gets that jump shot to go in.
Actually, it's Ava Connolly stopping and popping. 9-2 Spy Ponders coming up on 3:50 left in the quarter, and there's another deflection. Here's Connolly probing again. And stopping and popping is Claire. No, a deflection. Here's Connolly doing it all over the place, and now sets up the offense. Little 1-2-2, so they should really have a two-man front here. Mahoney, two giant steps to the basket and finishes 11-2. And here comes the press.
And it's the spacing that opened up the paint that time, because you had two wings for ACMi on the outside, and since they've been making those shots from outside, it forced Winchester to kind of, you know, spread out a little bit, which allowed her to get to the paint.
And finishing through contact is Katie Deegan, the super sophomore, and it's 11-4. And you know, Rich, I tell you, the calling card for the Spy Ponders is an effective full court trap that creates deflections and steals. Winchester, even though it's 11-4, they've gotten the ball over half court effectively.
She is hustling. I mean, she's got a couple rebounds in the game so far. You know, she's been able to get to the paint. She's making her presence known, both on the offensive side and the defensive side.
So, knocked out of bounds there by Gogolin, and a turnover there. So what's good for the Goose is good for the Gander as the Sachems kind of turn up the heat on the Spy Ponders.
Gotta watch those feet.
So, little 1-4 set. Now stopping and popping from way downtown is Casey. She can't get it to connect, but a second chance goes by the wayside as I think we're going to get a foul called there on Casey, and the Spy Ponders will take the ball out of bounds as head coach Mark Demare continues to substitute Liberally. 2:52 left in the first quarter. Spy Ponders lead 11-4, and right there we have a little over the back call on Fiorentino, and a little diamond press here. Yeah, a little diamond press here by Winchester, and a lazy pass. And that's what you get. You can't really do against that, Rich. I mean, you got to make decisive passes, and they got to leave your hand before the trap comes.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a 3-on-1 trap, and at that point, you just got to make a quick decision. It's got to be in and out, because you take that extra second to hesitate. Next thing you know, the whole defense traps you.
Here is Kenrich inside. Fiorentino unable to get it going, and here's Harris down the other way. She'll probe. Giant step. She loves to go left. I'll tell you about this Harris, Rich. You know, that's a right-handed player, but you wouldn't know it by the way she drives with her left hand. You know, it's effective because most players identify her as a right-handed player, which she is, but she likes to go left.
Hey, who knows? She might be ambidextrous. I mean, in this case, that helps. You don't know if she's going to go left or she's going to go right. And she's pretty good with both hands, so definitely a huge advantage on her part.
Absolutely. So a little box set here. Harris will come around. She'll be open. There she is. Harris pops open. Dipsy
nice cut. Nice cut to the basket.
Spy Ponders lead 13-4, coming up on 2:20 left in the first quarter. they're going to try to go deep, and that's not going to work. And Harris.
All over the ball tonight.
Absolutely. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. 2 giant steps to the basket. No. And back the other way comes Casey. She probes. Oh, crossover at the cup. No. Scrum for the ball, and that'll be a jump ball. 13-4 Spy Ponders. Aggressive, effective play by the Spy Ponders, and spirited, effervescent play by the Sachems.
Yeah, I mean, especially Casey. Like Casey, when she gets the ball in her hands down the court, she just sees it and goes. She goes straight to the basket.
And they're going to give her a timeout there to Coach Damare, and a wise timeout. I'll tell you something, one thing that the Spy Ponders and Coach Damare are not going to be happy with, the way they've executed this diamond press. The players have held onto the ball, allowed that trap to really get a hold on them, and we saw a deflection and a turnover, and right there, a player kind of falling to the ground, lucky not to turn the ball over.
Yeah, I mean, like the way ACMi, they've been trapping Winchester, they're struggling just to get to half court. It's causing turnovers, it's causing loose balls, so definitely Winchester, they're going to have to try to spread things out, try to get the ball in the hands of their primary ball handler, just to give themselves the best chance to get over the line, because they were setting themselves up well with easy baskets in the beginning. It's just got to make a couple of them come down, but definitely I thought they started off the game pretty well as far as just the spacing and the pacing.
No doubt, and when they get this kind of press breaker short up, a diamond press is it's difficult and sometimes to be effective for a defense. But so now Coach Joanna Fisher and change it, goes down back to a little bit of a man, and so now it's stopping and popping, and no, and we'll come back the other way. Ava Connolly not able to connect, but more effective press breaker.
Absolutely. You always want to make sure that you keep the defense honest. They're making a couple of good shots from outside, but you want to make sure you make them respect the outside enough where you can open up the lane and get to the basket like Connolly did just now.
Great pump. The pump fakes are what's going to work. The pump fakes are what's going to work, and I'll tell you, that's about as effective as we've seen this press broken all year long. And it was the pump fakes and patience that did it.
Absolutely.
Stopping and popping that time. No, and at the basket and finishing is Regan Pagan, and it's 13-6.
That's what hustling does. You pay off, you put yourself under the basket, get that rebound. Nice shot.
And now they're going to trap out of this zone. And to the basket is Farina. 2 steps, can't get it to go. And back and forth we go as Forientino Casey sets up the offense for the Sachems. A little crossover dribble. 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Spy Ponders lead 13-6. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Casey. Oh, a little slide step.
Nice.
And Dipsy-do on the roof.
Nice little Euro step by Casey. She just, woo.
Outstanding. 13-8. 28 seconds left. 20 on the shot clock. Spy Ponders get it both ways. Here's a scrum. No. As Farina couldn't get it to go.
One-on-one.
No. And back comes Ewan. Ahead to Farina. Back to Ewan. And the window is open. Bing, bang, boom.
Nice vision over there that time by Farina. Even though she got the ball last second, she knew she just had to throw it in because she knew she had a teammate coming right behind her. And Claire Ewan was able to finish it with the nice 2-foot basket shot.
Absolutely. Kiss it off the glass. The bank was open. And at the end of one, our score at the Kozlowski Gymnasium on a Friday night is your Arlington Spy Ponders 15, the Winchester Sachems 8. And Rich, the first quarter, it really looked like the Spy Ponders might kind of open up an extended lead, but the Sachems kind of dug in and got a little momentum going from the press of their own.
Yeah, they did. You know, it's almost like the Sachems, they kind of took a page out of the Spy Ponders playbook. They started, you know, to trap and play more of that, you know, half-court press style of defense, and they were able to force a couple turnovers and, you know, get a couple extra rebounds, which allowed them, you know, to creep back into the game. Just creep back in. That's what you have to do. Your offense, your defense will reward you with offense. It's all about, you know, forcing the turnovers, the takeaways, and giving yourselves opportunities to get fast break points.
And we've seen that, especially right at the end of the quarter, as Farina had a nice little save and dish to Ewan, and the Spy Ponders lead 15-8. So action starts the second quarter starts here with an errant shot by Gogolin, and the Spy Ponders will end up with alternating possessions.
But that's what you want to see. The Sachems, once again, like they kind of did early in the first quarter, they're making the passes to the open guy and just making sure they have a shot to get to.
So the Spy Ponders effectively executed by a nice time dropped there by Farina, and Ewan finishes at the cup.
Yeah, she kind of gave her like a 2-on-1 option. She either had to play, you know, the ball handler or the person behind her, and she made the right play. Came in last second and just that bounce pass right there for the 2 buckets.
Farina brimming with confidence. No, and here comes Ava Connolly, who will start the break the other way. And a deflection out about 17-8 coming up on 7 minutes left in the second quarter as Coach Damare continues to shuffle players in and out, bringing out his 2 seniors. There's only 2 seniors on the team, no juniors, and a ton of super sophomores as Ewan gets things going. And aggressive defense there by the Sachems, who are able to tie it up as Pagan, who scored on the other end, is able to do it both ways. And then David Connolly returns the favor, can't get it to go. And here's Pagan.
Yeah, you know, the interior defense by the Sachems just was allowing them to get those turnovers. They're making it difficult, really difficult for the Spy Ponders to, you know, take it inside.
And Gogolin will set the offense. A little pivot move, wow, to the basket. No, is McGurl, and up ahead is Ewan. A nice dime drop by Ewan at the basket is Mahoney. Bing, bang, boom.
Great vision leads to an easy opportunity at the basket. Nice pass.
Absolutely, it's a drop dime from a chest pass on a line to Mahoney. Fumbled it a little bit, but it knew just what to do with it. Finished through contact and rewarded with a free throw.
Absolutely. Unselfish basketball leads to good opportunities.
And she can't get the old-fashioned three-pointer to go. And again, Winchester will effectively execute the offense, but not all the ways. Mahoney steps in with some theft. Stopping and popping is Ewan. No. Rebound. And here come the Sachems as McGurl clears. Ooh, Aaron, look, wow. Wide left, and here comes Lyons. He gets in trouble.
They're trapping her. They've got...
Breaking out of the trap that time is Mahoney, and the Spy Ponders will run offense with 15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, smart play by Mahoney, you know, coming back there to get help, because, you know, that could have easily turned into a tough situation.
Here's Lyons, no. And we see a couple players not able to connect on anything. Maybe the ball's a little slick, but with Spy Ponders lead 19-8 with 5:23 left in the first half. And here's that 1-2-2 trap. And they're being aggressive now. They're going to trap before half court. Down low, and Gogolin finishing at the basket on a nice press breaker. And back come the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, it came right through the contact for the 2 buckets.
Flanagan, no. And what do we got there? Okay, so it would appear that Mia Day stepped out of bounds, and the Spy Ponders will have, that'll be a shot clock reset, 4:57, 19-10, Spy Ponders. Stopping in pop, and brimming with confidence is Casey. And I'll tell you, Michelle Mahoney's been effective as kind of the last line of defense back there as she gets a well-deserved rest. And Spy Ponders lead 21-10 with 4:44 left in the first quarter. The first half. Kind of a little unforced error, and, you know, on a Friday night, the energy's running high, and sometimes the ball just sail on you.
Sometimes you just get too excited when you know your teammate's wide open like that.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you, I could not be more impressed with Winchester breaking this press. You know, look at that, Rich. You know, you can't draw up any better than that as Dave finishes at the cup. That started with a hard dribble drive to half court, the quick reversal, and then looking ahead. Outstanding.
Absolutely, that was a really unselfish play that time by Casey. You know, just knowing your teammate was running to the basket, you just had to give her just a nice pass, and she was going to finish it.
Day is not able to get it to connect, and Wicks will start the offense coming under 4 minutes in the second quarter. 21-12, Spy Ponders. Spy Ponders are 8-7 on the season. One game over 500, the magic number for tournament selection, as Day will bring it back the other way. And the Spy Ponders will try to get effective defense.
I think Anna was looking for a little contact foul that time.
What do we got here? What do we have here? I believe the shot clock was not rolling, and Stripes is going to take care of this. There we go. Look at this, Stripes. Let's get this is Johnny on the spot. This Stripes here. Look at this. Holy cow. This Stripes is two Stripes. Wow, meeting of the minds now, Rich. Look at this. This is outstanding.
Oh, man. Hey, well, you know, rest of part of the team, too. You know those stripes actually count as jerseys? I didn't know that until, I guess it was the Saints-Rams game. When Todd Gurley exchanged jerseys with that ref. I think we all remember how that game ended.
I did not know that. We'll get back to that. Okay. Wow. Holy cow. Great stuff. Under 3 minutes left to go. Coming up on under 3 minutes, 21-12, as they get the clock operation under wraps. And a little deflection here. 1 second, and the shot clock runs out, and an outstanding defensive set by the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, the Spy Ponders, they didn't give them anything that time. Like, not one person from the Sachems could separate.
So here's Connolly. The Sachems will stick with the one. Oh, this looks like a box and one on Connolly. Holy cow, look at this, folks. This I haven't seen this year. Here's Claire, beautiful.
There you go.
Drops a dime, and Harris can't get it to go.
Just a little off as far as, you know, just the bounce on the rim, but man, you couldn't have asked for a better look.
Not at all. Effective offense by the Spy Ponders. And good passing again by Winchester. I could not be more impressed. As Connolly hustles. Wow, here we go. Here's Farina. Up ahead we go. Stopping and popping is Wick. She can't get it to go. And back and forth action at the Taj.
Connolly's been all over the ball tonight, Scott. I mean, every time that ball is under the rim, she seems to be the one to get it.
A little backdoor cut there. Good ball movement by Winchester. How is this team 1-15? Stopping and pulling, maybe that's why. They can't shoot. They're having trouble shooting, but they're pretty secure from a fundamental standpoint. I mean, you agree, Rich? I mean, that's effective offense.
Yeah, the shot, they've had the looks. It's just, you know, in the simplest term, it's really just a make or miss league. But, you know, they've had the looks. They've set themselves up well. You know, on the defensive side, they're trapping. They're getting those rebounds. They're forcing the turnovers inside.
You know, Rich, you bring up a great point. You know, I mean, I was, you know, for all the years I coached, I really focused a lot on defense, much more so than offense. But he says to make miss league. Not only that, You can't win if you don't score. You know, I mean, you can be improve in all the areas you want, but if you can't put the ball in the basket, you're going to have trouble winning basketball games because at the end of the day, you got to score.
Exactly, like, you know, and if you feel like it's not your shot, it's okay to make that extra pass, because if you're taking it outside and you're taking it inside, you know, what we've been seeing so far, both teams are trapping the moment anyone gets in the paint. So just know you're probably going to have one person on the outside. So just, you know, one kickback pass can just make the difference in terms of being down, you know, 9 as opposed to, you know, being a 21-all game.
And I think to come out of this is if you're Winchester and you're not hitting shots, you know, if you're getting good shots, keep shooting them. You can't stop shooting if you got the good shot.
Exactly. Eventually eventually they'll start to fall.
As Farina finishes at the cup through contact, and the super seniors been outstanding.
They've been great coming out of timeouts. It's like every time they have a timeout and they're in the half court, someone's just cutting to the basket. They've got a great feel for that half court offense.
Big bang, boom. That is McGurl from way downtown, and they continue to try the effective offense, and now they're getting the shots to fall. As stopping and popping is Connolly, and back and forth we go.
She counters right back, but, you know, as we just saw right there, Scott, the Sachem's, like, the looks are there. You know, just don't give up. You're setting yourselves up well. Just keep shooting. Keep shooting. Like, the shots will start to fall. Your defense will keep you in this game.
No doubt. I think that's really what these are kind of mirrored teams. You know, they're looking for traps, as you mentioned, Rich, and they're looking for traps and deflections, and both teams have been effective on offense. And there's okay. Well, I don't know, Rich, what you think. I don't like that call. I mean, Connolly beat her to a spot. I think that's the definition of incidental contact, if you ask me.
Let them play. Let them play. You know, like, both teams are playing hard defensively. It's just little contact's not going to hurt anybody.
No, it will not. 1:13 left in the first half. Spy Ponders lead 25-14. And a little deflection, serendipitous bounce for Winchester as Casey probes. 20 on the shot clock. Nice little spin move. 2 giant steps into the basket, and finishing is Kenrich, the senior captain, 25-16.
She's got some pretty long arms. It's almost like watching Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with that layup just now.
And a miss there by, sorry, excuse me. The miss was by, I believe that was Annie Harris, and then she doubled down on the mistake by fouling, and Winchester's got a little something going here with 35 seconds left in the half, up 25-16. Oh, excuse me, Spy Ponders are up 25-16.
See if they can get some points before the halftime and cut a little more into this deficit.
Nice. That is going to be a very unfortunate bounce there for Claire Ewan. And I'll tell you, Diana Wicks almost executed an outstanding and shocking Euro step move.
Yeah, that was just bad luck. Just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, no doubt. So well, I'll tell you, this Winchester team knows what they were going to be doing today. Here's a trap. And
there you go.
No, as stopping and popping is Kate Demare, and she can't get it to go. And here comes Winchester with 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Gotta shoot it.
Gotta let it go.
No. A little desperate shot at the buzzer won't go, and that's the end of the half with our score. The Arlington Spy Ponders 25, the Winchester Sachems 16. And so we will take a little break here as you are invited to pop a Coke, grab a bag of chips, and join us for the second half. Bing, bang, boom.
Love is in the air. Can you believe Valentine's Day is around the corner? Well, if you're looking for something to do with family and friends before your Valentine's date night, head over to Capitol Square this Saturday, February 9th from 4 to 6 p.m. to celebrate the spirit of Valentine's Day at the annual Romancing the Square event. Romancing the Square is a festive midwinter celebration that is free and open to the public. It will have fun attractions for adults, teenagers, and families that are designed to get you in the mood for Valentine's Day. Businesses will hand out chocolate squares, balloons, and offer Valentine's specials throughout the East Arlington Business District. Participating stores include Art Beat, where guests can choose different patterns of half hearts and weave them together in infinite combos. Complimentary two-player games will be offered at Capitol Square's newest eatery, the Adventure Pub, where guests can choose from a menu of board games along with a meal. Stop in at Lotus Flow Studio for Pink Herbal Tea, a demonstration of heart-opening yoga poses, and discounts on class passes and monthly memberships. Feel like partaking in a cocktail? Visit 13 Forest Gallery, where adults can enjoy cocktail hour from 4 to 6 p.m. while perusing selections of locally made art, craft, and jewelry, and enjoy their current exhibit, Winter Garden, which celebrates the very essence of the holiday. The Muses window will offer 15% off their curated selection of handmade jewelry. Maxima Gifts will be offering a chocolate tasting and love card discount giveaways. Derby Farm Flowers and Gifts will offer homemade truffles, and a chance to order flower bouquets for Valentine's Day. Thrive Juice Cafe will add double chocolate power balls to its menu. And Cabrata Baking Company will have a supply of heart-shaped cookies and cakes for purchase. Mention Romancing the Square at Town Tavern and get a free fried oyster mushroom appetizer with your early dinner. You can learn more about Romancing the Square by visiting the website www.capitalsq.com. I'm Jamie from Arlington Public News, wishing you a happy Valentine's Day.
And we're back. We're lucky to have with us Arlington High head coach John Bowler. John, it was really nice of you to stop up here and speak with us. You know, tough one tonight for the boys.
Yeah, we just, Winchester. I mean, give credit to Winchester. They came out and they're battling to get in the state tournament, and that's how they played. They played tough. They made a lot of shots. And made some free throws when it mattered at the end.
And, I thought you went through a stretch there. Obviously, you had trouble. You were stuck on 6 for a long time. What are the things that you're looking to do to try, when you can't put the ball in the hole no matter what, what's the idea to get out of that?
Yeah, no, we just wanted to move the ball. I think a lot of our problems only scoring 6, we took a lot of first option looks. And, I think if you make a team play defense for 15, 20 seconds, you're going to get better looks than you would in that first one. And, I think we have some good size, playing with to try to get the ball, post touches with the bigs or, paint touches, off the dribble. And I think we settled for a lot of shots outside early. And, it led to only, having 6 points for the first 12, 13 minutes of the game.
Well, and then after that, of course, Gascoigne, a 4-year player, really got going. Tell us about the advantages to having that kind of experience on the court in a game like that is.
Yeah. I mean, he's a 4-year starter, so he's played a lot of games. So I think we got him some good touches, in the third quarter and fourth quarter, and in spaces, in spots where he could make shots, and he did a good job of scoring in the second half.
Absolutely. So now, you look ahead, you got to move on. You can't dwell on this. So it's ahead, all steam ahead for Belmont. How do you prepare?
Yeah, no, we just, got to, just have 2 solid practice on Sunday and Monday. Belmont's a great team. They go up and down. They want to score 100 points, and they're very good at it. They beat Catholic Memorial, who's been playing that way for years, and beat them by 20 the other night. So it's up to us, getting a game plan of, slowing the game down, working the clock, getting good looks. They don't have a lot of size. It's about getting the ball down low, getting them in foul trouble, not letting them get, up and down in transition.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you coming up and talking with us. I think it shows a lot of class. It's real easy, you know, when you win these games, to come up here and go, oh, you know, we're awesome. This happened. Everyone's great. But you took one a little bit on the chin tonight. But you came up here and, answer to the people. And I think everyone appreciates that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's, win or lose, it's tough. I mean, it was 5 years ago yesterday we lost our last home regular season game. So,
right.
It's, 51 games.
51. I said 52 in the process. Yeah. So yeah. 51. Amazing.
Yeah, so it's, it's amazing, accomplishment. And, it makes me think of a lot of guys 5 years ago who were in the program that, have graduated college. And, it's a streak we wanted to continue. But, to win 51 games in a row at home is it's a special place for us, to play. And, we have a chance to play Belmont at home on Tuesday, and it should be on our senior night. You have a lot of seniors. Hopefully, we come ready to play and get back on the right path.
Well, it's really a credit to you and your program that we see a game like that. I mean, I live in Winchester. I know what this game means to Winchester. You see them on the court tonight celebrating like that, snapping a 51 game winning streak. So in that span, you've gone from a program that was an excellent program to the standard in the area for excellence in basketball.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's, we beat, last few years we've had 2 undefeated seasons in the league. One where we lost 2 games, so I mean every team wants to beat us, and that's where we want to get this program to,
right.
And if teams, it's credit to them. They played hard. They're battling for their state tournament life.
Absolutely.
Good luck to them the rest of the way. You want to see other teams in the league do well, so you hope they get in now. We don't want it to be at our expense, but. They had a big win tonight. So
absolutely. So, Coach, we get on the second half here on our triple header Friday night. Thank you very much for coming up and talking to us, and good luck on Tuesday. I hope everybody gets out there and support your group. And so, thanks a lot, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back right after this. Bing, bang, boom. And we're back with Rich Thomas. I'm Scott Zwick, welcoming you to live action on a Friday night at the Taj Gym in Arlington as your Spy Ponders lead the Winchester Stations 25-16. Rich, what do you think the Spy Ponders can do in the second half to keep this momentum going?
I think they need to keep playing the half-court defense that they're playing. Trap Winchester, make them have to fight just to get a pass through half-court, because that's what really got them that lead going, in the first half. For Winchester, just keep staying in your rhythm, because they were getting open looks in the first half. They just got to make a couple of those shots. So don't lose your confidence, because the looks are there. You just got to stay with the rhythm. The shots will fall.
They will. And, you mentioned, a team that's 1-15, 0-13 in the league, they just, you wonder if they have the confidence to understand that, and to understand that they did play effectively in the first half, as Ava Connolly finishes at the rim through contact to give them a Spy Ponders a 27-16 lead.
Nice cut to the basket, and even just better play by Diana Wicks to see her making that cut. Hit her right in stride.
So the Spy Ponders will look to get deflections and steals in the second half they couldn't get in the popping from way downtown that time is Pagan, and coming away with it is Wicks, who picks up her dribble where she shouldn't, but Johnny on the spot there is Ava Connolly. Whoa, and another deflection here, wow. Holy cow, Casey, who's been all over the place, as Rich mentioned in the first half, comes away with it, and here comes Winchester.
She's their leader, and the offense is definitely running through her tonight.
2 steps to the basket, getting a little momentum is McGurl, and I'll tell you, Rich, this McGurl's a tough kid.
She is, and she's going to the basket with no fear. She's getting into a little foul trouble here, you know, kind of starting the second quarter, now into the third. She's got to be a little bit careful.
No doubt. You know, Annie Harris, that's her third, and she'll take a seat replaced by Michelle Mahoney. And, you know, a team that has only 2 seniors on it, you know, they need all the experience they can get. And I tell you, it's a 10-point lead, but you know, these games can swing real fast. People sometimes don't realize that 10 points is 5 baskets. Absolutely, and I think Coach made a wise hit, you know, just like, you know, subbing her in for Mahoney, because Mahoney's been really good as opposed to just, you know, playing off the ball. Anytime she has a teammate with the ball, she knows exactly where to go. And as you saw right there, you know, just Connolly feels like every time she has the ball in her hand, she's either making the play or she is the play. Connolly finishing at the basket, and now a deflection, and Claire Ewan comes away with it. Let's see what she can do. 2 giant steps to the basket and deflected out of bounds. But Rich, you know, we saw there Connolly brimming with confidence, and when Ava Connolly plays well, she's outstanding. Absolutely, and I feel like her teammates feed off her energy. She's on the ball. Look at that. She's just, look, she got a hand in on that time. Always next to the basketball, just ready to make the play. And there, Claire Ewan will get called for that foul. I could, if I'm coaching, I could care less about that foul call. That's Claire Ewan in the right place at the right time, and maybe she, you know, didn't quite move her feet fast enough, but good effort. Absolutely. You don't want to take a player like that out for effort. And there she gets a hand in the face of a shooter, and back comes Ava Connolly, who pushes it up ahead. And inside, Farina meets the ball well. And right now, I don't know about you, Rich, I think the Spy Ponders are brimming with confidence and playing effective. I mean, definitely. They're playing at their pace. They're letting their defense create their offense for them. And when they do have the ball, they're going right down to the net, trying to get the contact like they did just now. So Connolly will take it out of bounds, and we will see there. Yeah, see, they keep forgetting, they keep missing that. You know, anyway. So stopping and popping is Ewan, who can't get it to go, or who cannot get it off, but Farina says I can do it, and Claire can't secure it, and it'll be Winchester's ball. Kind of a lid in the basket for both teams tonight. Yeah, I know, a lot of balls going in and out. They just got to help themselves out by giving them just a few more easy chances. A couple extra passes there. I definitely am seeing some open people on the wing for both teams. Well, you know, it's no secret I live in Winchester. I'm familiar with Coach Fisher. And, you know, she's a positive coach, works real hard to, you know, have her players improve a little bit every day, as you see Connolly fouled there. And, you know, we've all been on teams that haven't been outstanding and struggled, and it's not easy when it's 1 in 15 to find a purpose to get to a practice every day. But if you see someone like Coach Fisher having a positive attitude, you know, every day, each day, it's special. Absolutely. I mean, like, they're playing hard. Like, I mean, the stops that they're getting on defense, the turnovers, like, this team is not giving up. They just have to have a couple more shots going, but, like, you know, effort is one thing that you can bring to the game no matter what's going on, and I'm seeing that tonight from Winchester. Absolutely. You know, you're preaching to the choir, Rich. You know that. So here's Connolly, who is able to connect, and the Spy Ponders lead 30-17, and Winchester continues to be effective on this press break. This is outstanding. Yeah. Look at this. How is this team 1 in 15? I guess that's the answer, right?
That's
right,
just
Rich?
the answer. That
right?
just
right?
Man.
I mean, it's got to be that. I mean, they just can't. You know, they're trying. They're trying to get better, and they're just not experienced enough to put the ball in the basket. You know, under duress and under pressure in a varsity game. I mean, I can't. Right? I mean, this looks like effective offense to me. Am I off base on this?
No, I mean, honestly, I feel like if they were playing in a gym and no one was in it, I feel like the score might be like, what, the Spy Pounders up 30-17. This could be a 60-30 game. You know, I mean, it's true, Scott. One of the things that we don't always talk, I mean, who knows, you know, could be nerves, but, you know, this team, they should be playing with confidence. I mean, the effort that I'm watching tonight is inspiring. Like you were saying earlier, a team that's 1-15 could easily just pack it in, but, you know, they're here trying to play a game and win it.
You sure are, and you know, I think that play right there specifically kind of demonstrates what we're talking about, right? The whole play is executed perfectly. Player takes 2 giant steps to the basket, you know, squares the shoulders, and you know the ball doesn't go in. What else do you want him to do? You know, I mean, you can't make him put it in the basket. So here we go the other way, and here is Claire Ewan as they rotate the ball around and stop it and pop, and it's Diana Wicks, bing, bang, boom.
Nice three-pointer there.
Wicks.
You know, just a great pass to just see her in the corner like that. She was wide open, and she, you know, was rewarded.
So here again is Winchester, and not able to connect. That will not stop us, reset the shot clock as they can, everybody touching the ball to the basket, going up, and what are they calling here? They just, holy cow, they just called an offensive foul there. Okay, all right, okay.
I don't know about that one. Scott. I didn't see her lean into, you know.
I mean, holy cow. I mean, all right. Well, you know, Rich. Okay, so people are kind of wondering why I'm sighing here, and I'm, you know, I act like I'm losing the air of a tire. But okay, I'll explain. I'll kind of pull the curtain back on high school sports a little bit, and you know my feelings. Okay, it's 33-17, 4:08 left in the third. The 8-7 Spy Ponders and the 1-15, 17-point Winchester Sachems are on the court. You are going to tell me you're going to call an offensive foul, a 50-50 call down there that will be 50-50 for the state championship, and you're going to make sure that you're going to penalize the 1-15 team for maybe not winning a race how we like. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of educate the folks at home, but I'm not complaining. These officials are doing a great job, and they're trying as hard as they can. She made a really good point. There's 3 teams on the floor here. There's the 2 teams, and the officials are a 3rd team working together.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, as far as the game so far, this is probably the first time we've even, you know, kind of mentioned the referees really tonight, which, you know, in all honesty is for the best, right? You know, you want this game to be about the players. You never want to see a game being decided by officials. So, you know, I guess we can give him a pass for this one, but I know what you mean too, Scott. Like, you know, play like that, 50-50, you know, it's like there's no shame in swallowing the whistle for a play like that.
Well, what I call it is I call it common sense officiating. And when you know you're the 1-15 teams, you know, down 25 and 3 minutes left in the third, maybe we I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do that. I really don't know. Anyway. Moving on, upward and onward, positive. And so 3:57, we're under 4 minutes left in the third. And Winchester will continue with their ball fakes. I mean, this is almost a clinic, folks. They're not picking up the dribble without knowing what they're going to do with it. They're using ball fakes. They're moving the ball side to side. Using bounce passes there. You know, and there's a turnover, and here comes Claire Ewan. 2 giant steps, and whoa, okay. So a little reach in there, and you know, Claire Ewan showing what she can do with the basketball in the open court.
I gotta say, nice play by Claire. You know, she went up in a way where she knew she was gonna draw the contact, and she was once again rewarded for her aggressiveness. It's the turnovers that I've been telling you about, Scott, like the turnovers, like the defense that Arlington has is creating the offense, which is slowly but surely, you know, pushing that lead up.
Absolutely. I'm impressed with the Spy Ponders and you know, their ability to deflect balls and get offense through their defense. And here's Ewan able to get a second one to go, as coming into the ball game is Kate DeMare, the daughter of head coach Mark Murray. So 3:24 left in the third as a player for Winchester finally makes a poor decision picking up the dribble where they should not, but it doesn't matter as Casey collects herself, stopping and popping, 34-19.
Don't you think they just kind of deserved that one after that last call?
No doubt, and for their effort in general, I just think, not even after the execution, I'm impressed with their half-court offense. I truly am. This does not look like a 1-15 team to me.
Yeah, I mean, even like you said, you know, just even on that play just now, you know, she missed the layup, but the fact that she caught the defense napping, she was able to get to the rim.
A sensational dribble drive, everything but the basket. And this is on the other end, how you know, maybe if you were to take one that was a little too, you know, risky with being pushed out of position, that's not what happened on the other end. And I mean, if you're Coach Fisher, you know, you got to just tell Gogolin, hey, keep going, Gogolin. You know, it's a point-blank layup. You're going to hit that eventually.
Absolutely. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah. You caught the defense slipping. Like they're respecting your ability to hit that jump shot. So.
And it's a deflection. Maybe she used a bounce pass there, but I like the idea. Great pass there. As Claire can't get it to go deflection back, we go the other way. Frenetic action here at the ties, and here we go back. Wow.
Hey, Scott, was that Connolly again who got that steal and made that pass all the way down at the other end of the rim?
100%. Connolly's been outstanding and effective on both ends as a tie-up. Finally, it allows us to catch our breath as both teams committed some unforced errors and some forced ones too.
Yeah, I mean, Connolly has just been hustling all night, Scott. Like,
oh yeah. What do we got? Okay, that's a technical foul, guys. It's not a foul. You reach over and make contact with the player inbounding the ball. That is a technical foul. So this official is a neophyte and learning as everyone else is. I know that. I've had that called on me a dozen times in my career, and I know they have not changed the rule. So anyway, here's Connolly, and the Spy Ponders will get the ball to go side to side. Good cut. .150 left in the third. Here she is.
Winchester's making them earn everything.
Sure are.
She probably got a little contact that time, but still, like, you know, you like the contest. She still was able to, you know, stop the shot, because that could have easily been two.
Good ball fake there. As they try to get a flare screen for Wick, but couldn't do it. Good ball faking. But an ill-advised pass as looks like Casey comes out the other way. Excuse me, this is Florentino.
See, I think that's what Winchester has to do. You know, when they're getting those turnovers, I feel like they might be going up the ball just a little bit too slow. You want to just start, like, pushing the basket. Just start pushing the ball down the field. You're going to have a teammate that's going to be down there that'll have an opportunity for a one-on-one.
A big, nice crossover and drive and kick by Wicks. No dice, and Florentino comes off the other way. Coming up on 1 minute left in the third. Spy Ponders lead 34-19 on a triple header Friday night. Stopping and popping, no. And loose ball, Winchester gets it. Everybody hustling, outstanding. Timeout by the Sachems. Wow.
Hustle, I mean, that literally is the word that describes this game. Just like both teams just hustling on D. Every single basket is being contested. Every pass, every shot, every screen, it's all being contested.
Well, Rich, you know, we live in a what I call a sports center society where where we see only champions recognized, right? We see a team that loses in the semifinal and people make fun of them. Make fun of losing the semifinal of a world championship game. And in that kind of society, people don't understand that good things can happen on 1-15 teams. You can learn. You can achieve something without winning. And believe me, no one wants to win more than me. And I'm all about winning. But both these teams here are demonstrating, you're trying. But the overall goal is to improve. You're trying to win the game, sure. But you were seeing it out here tonight. You look out here. I don't know what the records are of these teams. If you didn't know, it looks like two competitive teams.
Absolutely. You can. They say you search yourself more in defeat than you do in victory, and I just feel like, when you're kind of on a, when you've kind of had a couple losses, that's really the chance where you really can dig deep and just really, come together and that's where you really get to look in the mirror and, just kind of take that next step forward and grow and see what you want to improve on, and you can just do that every day, every minute.
It's easy to play for a winner. It's easy to get up every day and go to practice for a winner. 1-15 team, not so much. Bing, bang, boom, and right on cue, there's Florentino. 16 seconds left in the third. A deflection here. Spy Punters gather. 11 seconds.
I think that was the first three-pointer they attempted this half.
5 seconds, and a jump ball. And 12-point game here, Rich. We're kind of, talking about this game as if it's an afterthought. The result: 12 points, 4 seconds left.
Absolutely. She gets one more shot.
Whoa! All right. Well, you got to try. And so at the end of the third, our score here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium, your Spy Ponders lead 34-22. But an outstanding, almost inspirational third quarter there by the Winchester Sachems.
See, I'm someone who really, appreciates defense. Defense, that's effort. That shows that, you're aware of where you are and you understand that you can have an impact just by getting your hands in the basketball, just, causing contest. And that's the thing, Winchester, both teams, they've played so hard on defense tonight.
There's no doubt they have, and if I was to sit here, I wouldn't be really kind of patting Winchester in the back if I really thought that maybe when Arlington had, they were kind of dogging it and kind of going through the motions. I don't sense that, do you?
No, I think that both teams are literally, they're making each other fight for every single basket, and they're both taking that challenge to fight and grind for every basket.
There's no doubt, and if we needed any reminder of that, it was the play where the ball hit the floor and literally 5 players of the 10 that were on the floor hit the deck.
I think everybody wants to win tonight. There's no doubt about that.
It's a great atmosphere. In the first game, we saw the junior varsity of Arlington, take care of the junior varsity for Winchester. Second game was Arlington's 51-game home regular season winning streak came to an end as Winchester hung on for a spirited victory. And in game 3, we have the Spy Ponders holding on to a 12-point lead with 7:42 left in the contest. Here's David Connolly stopping and popping. No. And Florentino cleans up the mess.
Florentino's definitely getting in on the action in this second half.
Stopping and popping. No, that time is Dengen. Degnan. And here comes Wicks. 7 minutes left to go in the contest. Spy Ponders by 12. Another steal. And this time it's Casey who comes away with it. Casey's been effective and outstanding.
She has. She's been under the basket where every time that ball goes up, she's the one that's coming down with it for Winchester.
As you see, a really unforced error there by Dengen, but, Spy Ponders have been burned so many times with backdoors and effective and unselfish passing by Winchester. They're not even going to deny one pass away. They're really kind of now back in the shell.
Yeah, they have. They've, fortunately for the Spy Ponders, Winchester hasn't been able to capitalize on some of those
you know, those miscues.
I mean, Rich, I mean, it's a 12-point game. That's 6 baskets. How many point blanks layups have they missed? 5, 6, something like that. And if they would have hit 2, 3 of it, this would be a tight ball game.
Yeah, you know, what I've noticed in the second half, you know, Winchester, I feel like they're not even attempting, you know, to hit from beyond the arc. The only 3 they hit was the one that Ferentino hit right before the end of the third quarter. It's almost like they've kind of lost the confidence to even stretch the court. They were doing a little more of that in the first half, and I feel like they got to keep doing that because you got to keep the Spy Ponders honest.
Yeah. You know, Rich, I hear what you're saying, but my thought in the third quarter is I believe that Joanna Fisher kind of said, all right, guys, you know, we saw some go real errant, right? You know, they missed kind of everything. I think Coach Fisher said, hey, we're going to shoot from inside for a little bit here. I can't really say with all honesty they've had much more success, but I don't know why I laughed at that, but they've continued to try it. Now, Florentino hit from the outside. I agree with you, Rich. At the end of the day, though, you can't pass up these open looks. If you have an open 3, you got to let it fly. It's a varsity basketball game.
You can. You know as well as I do, Scott, momentum is huge. Once you see one team make a 3-point shot, that makes your next team, they want to hit that next one.
And coming to the basket, wow.
Risky basket.
Okay, and it didn't go through.
That was risky.
Absolutely. So the Spy Ponders came out with high energy and effort. They got a deflection, but I'll tell you, folks, that time, Grace Casey showed how what's called meeting the ball. The ball was in the air. What is it? What happened here, Rich? Can you help me out here? Why is this Spy Ponder ball?
Hold on. I think I'm trying to figure this out right now myself.
What is going on here? Okay, all right. And so off we go. And
I think everybody's confused.
Yeah, that's whatever. Anyway, so onward and upward, stopping and popping. New, and a lid is on the rim. As
Connolly again with the rebound.
No doubt. Inside, they'll go to Harris. Jordan turns faces. No, a second chance finally, and a second effort for Annie Harris as she tries once, but twice.
Now that's the Annie Harris we were seeing in the first half, you know, getting the ball under the rim and not being afraid to go up and take that shot.
So that's Grace Casey's 4th foul. She's got 4 with 6:13. Joanna Fisher can't bring her out, but she does. I wouldn't think, Rich, how long can she stay on the bench?
I mean, they've got, like, you know, just over 6 minutes left in the game. So, you know, you definitely want to have her in, you know, for like the sweet 3. I would say.
Rich, I think you might be watching a little bit too much NBA. We're here for the last 5, maybe.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
So, there we go. And no, so Florentino will take the job of setting the offense. And I'll tell you, this team is poised as all can be. As Florentino tries to get through a double screen. And 7 seconds left on the shot clock. And what? Did he just call an offensive? Okay, well, all right. Anyway, apparently that was an offensive foul. I'm not familiar with that rule, so I'll have to learn it some other time.
You know, once again, I just didn't see her lean in.
No.
I didn't see her lean in, so I'm just...
Nope.
Not crazy about that one.
Nope. There's beautiful crossover by Connolly. But I'll tell you, Winchester's dialing in on defense right now is Claire. Stopping and popping, and Claire Ewan finally gets one to go for the Spy Ponders.
Now that's what I call a hustle basket right there. She kept
and
her
here goes
concentration.
Ewan on the other end.
There
Stopping and popping. No. And coming away with it is Goglin. This Goglin can get the basket if she wants.
That was a pretty rough screen. You heard that one.
Sure did.
That was like a rock.
No doubt. And taking to the basket with effervescence is Pagan, and Pagan's been dynamic from an effort standpoint, and another player there that, you know, it's obvious that Coach Fisher wants her club to take it to the rack strong, and that's what they're doing.
And you know what? I feel like that was all set up by the screen. I feel like when that screen happened, it kind of shook the Arlington defense for a minute. That's what I want to see more from Winchester. You know, a little more screens, you know, have more players coming backdoor, because those screens are going to set you up with those easy opportunities. When you're struggling to score, you know, you want to do those little things to make it easier for yourself.
And
push
Claire
the tempo.
Ewan does push the tempo, but then loses control. 37-22, 4:44 left, and here right away comes Grace Casey, 4:44. A little bit before you mentioned, Rich, at 3 minutes, and a little bit after I would have mentioned, which was 5. So Coach Joanna Fisher split the difference.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's probably better that she comes in now. You know, it being, you know, the deficit being what it is.
As way downtown bagged Diana Wicks.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't have anybody within 10 feet of her. Must have been a little miscommunication that time by Winchester.
No worries here with the press for Winchester, and following her shot is Florentino. And you know, Rich, I'll tell you one thing: if you want to learn, this is not hyperbole at all. If you want to know how to break a diamond press, watch this game. This is how you do it. You move the ball up one side, use ball fakes, hard reverse the other way, and look ahead after you reverse.
Absolutely.
This game is not rocket science.
Absolutely. It's all about, you know, watch the feet, watch the hip movement, and then when you see them going one way, you just pop the other way and you just go.
No doubt. So 40-23. 40-23. Florentino gets the second one, and it's down to 16. 4:19 left. Winchester's press has been erratic but effective at times. Their half-court defense has been outstanding. They're a physical team.
Especially their interior defense.
Wick stops and pops. No. Luke. Oh, wow. Oh, 23. Oh, Taylor Kenrich. Wow, you can play on my team any day. Says, give me that. I never liked those jump balls anyway.
Huh.
Wow, that was great. Good for you, Kenrick.
Absolutely.
So here's a turnover. And here's Michelle Mahoney, and Diana Wick stopping and popping way downtown. Bang!
She's got a rhythm going right now. She's hit a couple. I believe that's maybe her 4th or 5th three-pointer tonight.
Way downtown. That's where my car was parked. So another effective press breaker. Wide open shot for Casey. She steps in, can't get it to go. And Winchester will get another. I mean, Rich, that looks like an effective shot. She steps into it, good rotation, confident, poise and confidence.
Like that one right there, Scott. Like I want her to just take that, you know, like you said. I think because she missed that last one, you know, Casey kind of hesitated and tried to go for the rim, but there was traffic. I like that shot by Casey. You know, don't lose your confidence because you missed it. You had the right look.
Wow, what a display by Diana Wicks of superior ball handling. She went behind her back in a rare time when you're supposed to do that in a basketball court. Then she kind of shuffle sidestepped, dropped a dime to Claire Ewan, who couldn't finish it. But that was super sensational as Farina goes to the line for a pair. Hits one. And Farina, you know, has been the team's most confident, well, not necessarily confident, although she is confident. She's been the team's most reliable player from a fundamental standpoint all season long, as, again, Mahoney gets some loose change. Oh, hesitation. Wow, Diana Wicks, outstanding.
Diana's doing it all in the second half. I mean, she's hit a couple threes from outside, and she's showing she can also get it done under the basket as well.
Little hezzy there. Wow. And now stopping and popping. No,
but that's what I want to see, though, Scott. That's what I want to see. You know, when they set themselves up for those open threes, take the shot.
Spy Ponders tie it up after they ran a confident fast break, 46-24, 2:23. I think the Spy Ponders have finally kind of matched the energy and effort of Winchester in the second half, and they're pulling away.
Ferrantino gets back in the game. You know, she's kind of been their, she's been a real, I feel like she's been a really good, you know, stepping in every time Casey comes out for a little breather. It's like she's keeping that team in rhythm.
.216. Here's Wicks brimming with confidence. Can't get it to go.
And there's Ferrantino with the rebound, Scott.
No doubt. She's been really outstanding in the second half. I think that if there's a player that I would point to that is playing with confidence on Winchester, it's Ferrantino, as another player can't get a point-blank layup to go. You know, what this Winchester team needs more than anything, they need a shot of adrenaline and some confidence. And I'm here to tell you, if they're watching this broadcast, keep at it. You are not far away. I mean, I did not expect. I'm going to be honest, Rich. I did not expect this is what I was going to see from a 1-15 team. I've been hearing Coach Fisher, you know, in social media saying how much improved her team is, and you know, not that I didn't believe her, but I didn't know if it was as improved in this, and I'm impressed because the only thing they're not doing is making point-blank layups.
Absolutely. I mean, the score does not reflect what type of game this has been. You talk to any player from ACMi, they've had, AHS, they've literally had to fight for every single basket. Even that one just now, every single basket is being contested. I'm loving what I'm seeing on defense right now.
Yeah, I agree. And on top of that, Rich, I'll tell you, you know, so, okay, so you'd say, well, maybe it would be nice if they had, you know, could shoot more free throws. Well, one of the reasons they're not getting free throws is because they've dribbled dive with such vigor to the basket that they have their content. There's been nobody in front of them. So it's, you know, what do you want them to do better? How? You know, it's the only thing that's left they're going to put in the basket. Here's Wicks. Stopping and popping from way downtown. Bang! Claire Flanagan, outstanding. Bing, bang, boom.
And the three-pointer, you know, late in this fourth quarter has allowed, you know, the Spy Ponders to kind of get this lead, you know, in the 20s. They caught fire from behind the arc a little late.
But you know, better late than never. And you know, moving forward for the Spy Ponders, I know we focused a lot on a 1-15 team, but you know, the game goes how the game goes. But, you know, looking for the Spy Ponders, lots of good tonight. Lots of good. 46 seconds left in the contest. And, you know, this is going to put them in a solid spot, 9-7 moving forward, when we know that magic number is, I believe it's going to be 10 to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. I think they can take a lot from this game, you know, particularly how they've been playing, you know, half-court defense. They've been so good at trapping Winchester at the half-court, making them really just have to contest to get there. And then, you know, I think maybe they found a little spark as far as Diana, you know, her being able to hit from outside. I think they should definitely, you know, try to go to her in future games, you know, just get her confidence going, because she definitely has a stroke from beyond the arc, and they're going to need that.
Well, there's no doubt about that, and Wicks is, you know, when she shows those moves today, those superior moves, those moves that are quite frankly, you know, scholarship level moves for a guard, you know, at the next level, you know, Euro steps, no look passes, advanced, you know, moves. You say to yourself, okay, so this could be a special player, and you know, you take her and Connolly moving forward.
I was just going to mention Connolly.
that is a sensational duo to go with.
I think I would definitely play around with that rotation a little more. You know, try to get Connolly in there in the same rotation it takes, because Connolly is just, I think she's an amazing passer. You know, and she's just very good at just setting up her teammates. I think that was well as far as, you know, being able to set up Diana for looks and being able to help Diana get, you know, to the basket as well. Two teammates that definitely know where their sweet spot is and how to help each other out.
No doubt, and the horn sounds as the Spy Ponders salt away their 9th win of the season, 49-26 win. And the Spy Ponders relied on a late second half surge led by Diana Wicks, but it was really an all-around attack by the home club that got the job done for Winchester. They moved to 1-16 on the year, 0-14 in conference play, but certainly there's no one on this court who should be hanging their heads.
Absolutely not. Like, both teams should be so proud of their effort. I think Arlington came out of this game with a lot more, respect for Winchester. Not saying they didn't, but just knowing that this team is going to give it everything they've got every single game of the night. And, Winchester, they should definitely be proud of themselves because, they gave the Spy Ponders everything they could handle tonight. They made them work for every basket.
I sure did. And, I don't think that we're, I don't think we're being disingenuous or trying to sugarcoat a 1-15 team. I call it like I see it. So that'll bring us to our players of the game, Rich. This is the first time we've worked together. So why don't you take a Spy Ponder and I'll take a Winchester Sachem. I won't put you on the spot right away. I'll go first so you can kind of collect yourself. You didn't know that was coming. I see your eyes almost popped out of your head when I said the player of the game. So let's let Rich take a deep breath and collect himself here. And I'll go first. My Sports A to Z player of the game is for the Sachems. I got to go with Grace Casey, the
good choice.
The senior captain. I thought she was outstanding. I thought her effort was elite, and I thought it was inspirational, quite frankly. So, Rich, so for let's go over to the Spy Ponder side of things. And who's the player of the game for the Spy Ponders?
It's like I could give the there's a couple of players who I could really that stood out to me. Diana, the way she kind of got hot late. Michelle Mahoney, I feel like, what she did tonight didn't really show up in the stat sheets, but just her ability to kind of, be there in the right spot, setting up screens, setting up teammates. I thought she had a, pretty great game, but man, I guess if I give it to anybody tonight, I would give it to Ava Connolly. I'd say, she was the engine that kind of got this team running. Every time she was in the game, she was the one, getting the rebounds, making sure there weren't any second chance baskets, getting, forcing turnovers, cutting, getting steals, and setting her teammates up for really good shots. She probably got a ton of assists tonight because she knew exactly where to find her plays. I feel like she had an all-around good game.
So that's a tremendous choice. So Ava Connolly is going to get the Player of the Game award for the Spy Ponders. The Bing Bang Boom award is going to go. Rich, we haven't really talked much about this, but I don't think you're going to have any problem with my choice. I think it's the super sophomore, Tia Fortino. I thought, we both mentioned the second half, I thought she came in with confidence. One of the players on Winchester that I just thought, really exuded confidence, came in, settled things down, and made some effective plays.
I agree. I think she came in the second half, filled in great for Grace Casey. She hit a three. She got a lot of rebounds. She made her presence known in the second half. I liked her defense. She showed effort. She allowed them to keep that game competitive.
So we will wrap things up. All right. So here at the Taz, as the triple header comes to an end, a long day here for especially myself and my super sensational partner in crime, Alex Van Thong, who was awesome today. It was great to work with you, Rich, finally, and I'm hoping for
Rich and Zwick.
There you go, bigger
Zwick
and better
and Rich,
things.
whatever sounds better.
Absolutely. So to recap the long day today, we started off. Wow, it was light out. It was felt like a couple of days ago. I rolled into here and we did the junior varsity as the Arlington Spy Ponders rolled to a victory over the Sachems in game two. Arlington's 51-game home regular season winning streak league winning streak came to an end as Winchester, led by Joe McCarron and the trio of super sophomores and freshmen of Omar Shaquille, Henry Kraft, and Philip Segure, really turned the tide and secured a big win and keeping Winchester alive for postseason play. In the nightcap, I was joined by the super sensational Rich Damas, and we watched the Winchester Sachems fall valiantly, but the Spy Ponders improved to 9-7, 8-6 in the conference. And so looking ahead, Tuesday is the big game back here. Come on down here, support the Spy Ponders, as, for the first time in a long time, there's kind of a new kid on the block, the Belmont Marauders, and, the Spy Ponders have not been underdogs in a home game in a long time, and I would say that they might be, come Tuesday, onward and upward for them, as they're going to be certainly looking forward to the postseason. So for Alex Van Thong, Rich Damas, I'm Scott Zwick, saying have a good night, and we'll see you Tuesday. Bing, bang, boom.
Calling all teen filmmakers. We invite you to enter your short films to the A-Town Teen Video Contest. Here's how it works. If you're between the ages of 12 and 19 and you've got a short film between 2 and 10 minutes in length, we want to see it. And do you have an idea but don't know where to start? Contact ACMi's youth coordinator, Kevin Wetmore, for help making your film a reality. Selected films will be screened at the Regent Theater on Thursday, March 21st at 7 p.m. Cash prizes will be awarded in a number of categories, including $500 for Best Overall Film. The deadline for entries is Friday, March 1st. So submit your video today at atownteenvideo.org.